Cody, David.
Hello.
Here we go. How's it going, everybody?
What's up?
Phil, you're on time, man. You still at work, dude?
I'm just in for a few seconds. I'm still at work. I'll catch you guys in an hour.
Cool. Looking forward to it, man. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Going well over here.
Good. Not bad.
You guys getting a lot of snow, Cody?
Not today or yesterday, I guess, but about 10 plus inches all in all the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's plenty.
Yeah.
We have not had a lot of snow, but we've had more ice. We are supposed to get some snow tonight, though, about 2 to 4 inches, so we'll see.
It's been warm as fuck here. Probably like 60 degrees or something outside.
When
Where
I
you?
drove... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Where's that
where
going?
you been? Where are you located?
San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh.
Yeah. When I drove to work this morning, it was 3.
3 degrees?
Yep.
Wow.
That's what the car said. It was 0 last night.
I almost said
It didn't go negative, but went to 0.
Yeah.
I almost said, "Wow, that's early."
That's
I guess
yeah.
temperature.
So does everybody know everyone? Sean, Cody, Ben, Casey?
First time I've streamed with any of you guys, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And,
Sean used to do the old school horror hangout, man. That's how I met a lot of people
Yeah.
in the horror community. Used to be like him, Lisa Loves, Bronco Juggalo, Dave Maggot, Horrific Nightmares JM. Who am I forgetting? I don't know.
Hellhound.
He wasn't on the old school one, though, I don't think, was he?
Not the original. Monty G was on the first ever one. And Hard Digest was on the first couple.
Like we got Paul, Patrick, Hobbs in the chat.
What's going on, dude?
Got Dave from the Genome Project.
What's up?
you got 12 likes so far. Haddonfield Slashers here. Beth's here.
Lots of
Hey, Beth.
people in that chat.
Cool.
Habshida.
Yeah, Patrick's there. Nice. Donuts, man. I want donuts. I'm not going to lie.
Make
I don't
me
care if they're
hungry.
killer donuts or if they're just your standard everyday run-of-the-mill delicious donuts, but I want them.
I'm guessing.
Wasn't that a movie, Killer Donuts? That's not-
Yeah.
Is
It
that one
was,
that you reviewed, Cody?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was my first I don't think it was like the first poor review of a poor movie, but it was one that Hobbs and everybody seemed to really respond to.
Haddonfield Slashers just started to watch Halloween 2018.
Yeah, I'm curious
Wow.
if it's first time seeing it, because I liked it.
There's no way. My question to you guys, Halloween 2 or 2018, the better follow-up sequel to the original Halloween?
Halloween
2018
2
for
all
me.
day long.
Halloween 2.
2018 for me.
I'm in the 2018 camp, I gotta say. Halloween 2 is
No
an
way.
excellent... Halloween 2 used to be one of the best follow-up slasher sequels ever until 2018 came out.
I probably still watch it more often, I would say, though.
Yeah, I'm in the
It's
camp.
just the nostalgia factor.
I'm in the camp where I've seen it so many times that I would rather throw on 2018 because I've seen that hundreds of times less. You know what I mean?
Now, I like the score a lot in Halloween 2, the original, but I'm still a fan of 2018.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how different the score is in the new one, or if it will be very different. You know or if Carpenter's even doing it. I haven't even seen that for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anyone else doing it. I mean,
Well, he's still out there promoting it, so I hope he's doing it. So
if it's not him, maybe it's his son and the other guy from the Kinks son.
Daniel Davies.
Daniel Davies, yeah.
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 Could be the weekend.
He's doing
Probably
the
would
next
fit, actually. Some
I
of that
tweeted at Waxwork Records earlier that I think they need to do Terror in the Isles. Speaking of Carpenter impressions,
Mm.
if you ever listen to that score, but I like it.
I mean, that was a clip show, so did that have... I don't even remember the score too much.
It had its own score
Okay.
by a guy named John Beal, and it really brought in elements of Halloween and just kind of John Carpenter style synthesizer stuff. So
wasn't that hosted by Donald Pleasance?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
him
I've
and
not
Nancy
seen it.
Allen. Mm-hmm.
It's been years since I've seen that.
I tried
I
to find
ordered
it.
I ordered the Scream Factory release over the weekend on the buy two get one sale, but I have it on the Halloween 2 Universal Blu-ray. It
I was
a
going to
special
say, yeah,
feature.
the first Blu-ray of Halloween 2 had it.
Yeah, I went ahead and sprung for the Scream Factory release because it's got the TV version, which I guess has a lot of different scenes because they had to cut out, the gorier, more intense scenes from the R-rated version.
Mm.
So we'll check it out.
Do you get excited when John Carpenter says, "Ooh, it's going to be the ultimate slasher"?
Yeah, it's going to be the quintessential slasher, man.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I don't know if I buy into that though. You know what I mean? There's been some pretty quintessential slashers already.
Yeah.
I think they're finally entertaining the idea of it being video on demand. I don't think they want to push it anymore. So
yeah,
fingers crossed.
The release date's still October, though, right?
Yeah.
Sadly, they could have done video on demand last fucking October.
I know. If you're gonna do that, they could have just did it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'll be curious to see. I've seen like some pictures from it, and Michael Myers' mask doesn't look super burnt up. You know what I mean? Less burnt up than you would think.
Yeah, it's like just part of the side of his head, and that's it.
It's not like the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 when it's like hanging off his face and like.
Right.
Cody,
you think it would at least be melted on pretty good after that?
Was it you, Cody? Was it you, Cody, saying that there was going to be a Fog sequel?
No, but I saw
link.
that article somewhere.
Yeah.
That Carpenter was thinking there could be another one.
Huh? That would be cool. Because I think The Fog is one of my favorite movies, other than Halloween from Carpenter. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know you guys are big Thing fans, but I like The Fog.
Oh, I love it too. It's way up there.
Definitely.
Casey,
I watched it a couple weeks ago when Hal Holbrook passed away. So
Yeah, me too.
Casey, do you have a favorite Carpenter film?
It's Halloween. And then hold on. I don't know. What was that one movie, Cody? Was They Live? Was that Carpenter? I haven't seen it, but
That
I
was
can't think of the other
yeah.
Carpenter
What's
movies.
your favorite?
yeah, They Live and what? Prince of Darkness, Mouth of Madness,
David
Starman, Escape from New York, Escape from L.A. Just naming his movies.
I like
Body
Escape from
Bags.
New York.
Yeah, Escape from New York's really good.
I
Starman.
love it.
What is
Starman, I
Starman?
wasn't such a big fan of. I need to
Was that
try it
Carpenter?
again sometime. Mm-hmm.
It's not really a horror movie or
No,
it may be sci-fi, I guess.
kind of a sci-fi love story almost.
Yeah.
And the other one that he of his that I just am not a big fan of is Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chevy Chase. Yeah.
And I think Chevy Chase is my problem with that movie. I think maybe if they'd have cast somebody else.
Think they should have gone with Bill Murray.
I watch anything with Bill Murray.
Was it a comedy or was it Chevy Chase in a more serious role? I've not seen that one.
It was a little more serious maybe than what you're used to from him, but still had a lot of comedic elements. The one part I did like was, he's invisible, and he can't see himself to do things. So like he's trying to drink and he can't gauge where it's at, and he finally does get some food in his mouth, and he's so happy. But he turns and looks at the mirror and he can see it getting digested, and he turns and you see it come right back up. Because of what he saw in the mirror. That part was kind of funny. Yeah.
Rick wants to know if Halloween is your guys' favorite comedy or not, the original 78 one.
You know what's funny is I watched the original Invisible Man the other night, and there's quite a bit of comedy in there,
Yeah, I watched the Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon the other day. That was a pretty good one too.
I watched that 3 or 4 months ago, maybe. It was streaming somewhere. Hadn't seen it in a while.
I think I did that too. It was on in the background though while I was like doing some design work or something. So I wasn't paying super close attention to it, but I consider that watching it.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon was kind of on a roll in the early 2000s. I mean, you had Tremors, you had Stir of Echoes, Hollow Man. I mean, he was doing quite a bit.
Yeah.
The one thing about Hollow Man that always got me was when they're pouring the mask over his face, and then they're cutting the eyes out of it and opening the mouth for him.
Yeah.
If I was him and they couldn't see me and they were coming at me with a scalpel, I'd be freaking out.
That's a pretty cool effects for that time, like
Yeah.
groundbreaking.
I saw the behind the scenes. They had him in a green outfit, and his face was painted green. He had green contacts in, and they just had as much green on him as they could. It was really cool. Remember just being kind of blown away by it.
Yeah.
Anybody ever seen part 2? I guess Christian Slater gets invisible. I've never watched it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
I haven't.
I think I have part 1 and part 2 on some double feature, but I've never watched part 2.
I agree. You have Cheetah. That is a good one.
I haven't seen that one. Cop Car?
It's good. Check it out. I saw it on Netflix.
Is that the movie where there's 2 kids in the back of this cop car and Kevin Bacon's kind of a twisted...
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Okay, I've seen it then, yeah.
If you guys, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what year is that from?
It's fairly recent,
Couple of
right?
years
Like
ago.
2015, 16 maybe.
I don't know if it would go anywhere or not, but a lot of the traffic in social media a few months ago was, should Kevin Bacon play Freddy Krueger if they made another movie?
I've heard that.
Yeah,
And-
I don't think he. I mean, I don't know. Why are they saying that? Just because he's got some similar facial structure and features as Robert Englund?
I don't know.
I
I
think
said-
Robert Englund wanted him to. I think it was his choice.
Oh, really?
So then we know Freddy can dance, at least.
Yeah.
Bust out Footloose.
But I'm like Beth. I mean, I think Kevin Bacon is a little bit too old to be. I mean, he's probably the same age as Robert Englund, right? I mean,
Not much younger, I don't think.
yeah.
I think he's like 10 years younger.
Oh,
Maybe not.
Probably, I'd say he's in his early 60s, wouldn't he be? Let me look it up.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Because,
could he do like multiple sequels? And...
Yeah. He is 63.
Okay.
Or he'll be 63 in July.
I mean, I don't.
Robert Englund?
Do
I
you
don't
guys
think
want
Jackie Earl-
another Nightmare on Elm Street?
I'd take one.
I want it to be better than the last one.
Yeah.
The last-
I wasn't big on the last one.
The last one kind of sucked a bunch of assholes, but
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
like that movie has the distinction for recreating a scene like that should have been easy to recreate, but they did it with CG and it looks so bad. Was the
The
Freddy
wall,
in the wall? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How
They
can
did
you
it
fuck
better in
that
the
up?
original, like freaking 20 years earlier.
Yeah. How can you fuck that one up? That's just nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Jackie Earl Haley did a good job as Freddy. He just had a poor script, I think.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it was one of those cases where you got a good actor surrounded by a horrible movie. It's not
Yeah,
his fault.
yeah.
true.
Would you guys want to see Ari Aster's Nightmare on Elm Street?
I wouldn't.
No.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Robert Pattinson as Freddy Krueger? No, thank you.
I bet he'd do it. I actually bet he could pull off a Freddy Krueger pretty well.
Think so.
Freddy would sit and scream with him for 5 minutes before
He'd
he killed him.
sparkle in the fire.
I mean, you haven't seen The Lighthouse, have you, David?
I haven't.
His performance was pretty fucking good in that, man. I
He
think
was
he's a
pretty good
actor.
in Tenet too. I mean, he can act. I just
He's a good actor.
yeah, he's a good
I don't
actor.
know if I'd see him in that kind of.
I
I like
enjoyed
the
him as Cedric
Lighthouse.
in Harry Potter.
Who would you cast as Freddy Krueger?
I think the guy that played Eric Northman in True Blood would be a good one. One of the Skarsgård brothers, but
He's in
he's
Kong vs. Godzilla.
yeah. I think he'd be a good one.
I mean, he's too strapping for Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, well, man.
He's like all
Maybe
like
we-
6 foot something and like
Yeah,
like
he is
6'4",
pretty tall.
all ripped up and like he'd be like the sexy Krueger, man.
How about the guy who played the Jinn and the Wishmaster?
Oh yeah,
Andrew
That'd be
Divoff.
pretty cool. Huh? Yeah,
he's probably pretty old too now, though, right?
probably.
I bet he's at least
50s
Kevin
at least,
Bacon's
I would
age.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it? I don't.
I was actually looking at a site here where people were making suggestions, and here's kind of a good one. I mean, he's charismatic. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see
maybe
that.
Andrew Lincoln.
Interesting.
I'm gonna get you
Or-
in your dreams, Coral.
And the other one they list here, and he's probably too old to do it too, but he can play anything. Gary Oldman.
He can
Yeah.
play anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Definitely
actually
too
think
He
old.
would nail it.
Dave says Tom Hiddleston would be a good one. I think he would be a good Freddy.
Yeah, I can
The
see
guy
that.
played
yeah.
Loki.
I can see that.
Yeah.
How about from any era? Any actor from any era. You think Bogey would make a good Freddy Krueger?
Maybe more of a Sinatra.
If we're backing up, I think like Peter Lorre might do better than Bogey.
You think so? He's a little nasal for Freddy.
A little bit, but I just don't know if I see Bogey doing it.
Paul says
Speaking
Edward
of-
Norton. I don't know.
Ooh, he could pull it off, I bet. I bet
bet
he
he
could pull it
could.
off.
Yeah,
And
he
he's,
could.
he's still young enough. I mean, yeah, you throw some makeup on him. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a very
Benjamin
good actor.
Cumberbatch.
How about James
yeah.
Woods? James Woods, like you were saying before, he has that energy, wild kind of energy.
Yeah.
Donuts.
What about what's that dude's name? Give me a minute, I'll think of it. Continue.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking what Casey said earlier. I mean, do we need another Friday or Elm Street movie?
It'll happen. I'm sure it'll happen. So
I mean, do we really need like any sequels or remakes? Probably not, but I'll take them.
No, but I've enjoyed some of the remakes.
It's not
more
a
than
need thing.
The
We
originals.
want as fans, right?
I've enjoyed some of the remakes better than the originals, which is why I don't think another Elm Street, if done even just a bit better, would be a problem with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one just sucked. Is the only problem that there was with that franchise being still in existence. You know, just one movie sucked assholes. Well, two, I guess, really sucked assholes.
Are there any movies? Are there any movies that
Freddy's Dead?
weren't? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
What's
Casey
the other
nailed
one
it.
that sucked asshole then?
Yeah, you nailed it. Freddy's Dead.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are there any slasher movies that didn't have a bunch of sequels that you would like to see remade? Like maybe Hell Night or
Burning.
yeah.
I don't know if you could. I don't know that you could do Hell Night as a remake in a way that could make it any better than the original, because the original has such a like early '80s fraternity sorority, vibe about it that like I think in a modern era it's just not going to work as well.
well,
I'm sure
could you
Castle
set
Freak.
it up as a period piece back in '80?
I guess you might be able to.
Yeah, I mean, look at Stranger Things. That's 80s all day, and they did a
Suppose
pretty
you
good
could.
job. But I mean, Castle Freak wasn't an 80s slasher, but it came out in the 90s, and they did a good job remaking that one, I felt.
I mean, I wouldn't put that as one of the higher remakes over the original. I thought it was very interesting, and if there's a switch between like I liked it or I hated it, it's going in the I liked it thing. But
Yeah. Still better than Elm Street, though.
yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's a low bar.
yeah, like a swift kick in the nuts is better than the Elm Street one.
Jim says he'd like to see the Return of the Killer Clowns.
I'd like to see a sequel to that. They talked about it 10 years ago. The Chiodo brothers may be doing a Killer Clown sequel, but nothing ever came of it.
I thought I heard a little bit of buzz about that recently within the last year or something.
I hadn't heard anything for a while, but I'd love it. I get a kick out of that movie.
It'd be tough to come up with one that hits all the right notes like that. Like that's so bizarre and funny.
Yeah, I don't.
Creepy.
It would just be. It'd probably be a similar thing happening in another town, or another circus tent spaceship comes down looking for the other one. Who knows?
Ben Grimm says that he thinks that Harry Warden should have been a franchise.
Well, they set it up where there could have been a sequel.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm surprised there wasn't. Yeah. Everything else back then that made any kind of money had at least 3 movies.
I consider that movie kind of perfect as it is. I think a franchise I don't know if sequels would have even approached as good as the original one was. You know what I mean? Because that movie to me, like, I think if you go campy with it, it's not going to be nearly as good. You know what I mean? And I think that's how it would have ended up being.
So Patrick says that the Dawn of the Dead got it right, the remake. Do you agree with that?
I think they did a really good job on
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
That scene where they're in the garage and that zombies crawling on the ceiling, that was a great scene. Anyways.
I like the mayhem at the beginning.
Yeah.
When everything's going crazy and you got that overhead shot where the van crashes into the gas station. It's just pandemonium and set the tone.
Yeah. Yeah, when that little girl walks into the bedroom, I mean that was
right out. Was all gone.
Right out of the gate. That was just crazy.
See, now, that's a movie that tells the same story but slightly differently because the nature of the zombies is so much different. So that's when I think like a remake is pretty successful, is when they are able to do something new but stay true to the sort of general overall.
Right. Well, it's kind of like, the Psycho remake versus something like The Fly or The Thing. They took a different direction with it, and they're both great shows. I mean, the original Howard Hawks movie, and if you really even want to call The Thing a remake, because the original Howard Hawks movie was kind of edited from the original book into the plant guy, and then Carpenter did something that was more true to the original story. But still.
What if they did a Psycho remake, but it was a remake of the 90s remake?
With Vince Vaughn again.
If they went a different direction with it, maybe.
Let's just say it's just another exact frame for frame remake.
At least make it black and white.
Well, this time
Ben, I was going to say Ben there mentions The Blob was a good remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
Did you guys watch the Bates Motel series? Because I mean, that was a good series, and that was kind of a remake or retelling of the story. But I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I watched the first couple seasons, and then it started getting pretty convoluted. I thought it started out great, but I kind of lost interest there when you start getting into like the weird crime stuff and whatnot. But that's much more of less of a retelling and more of a prequel reboot, right?
Yeah.
Well, it does become a full-fledged remake towards the end.
Is the last season like a full?
Yes.
Okay.
I think why I like the Evil Dead remake so much is because it was the same premise, but you didn't have the comedic aspects that you had with the original. I don't know. Comedy and horror don't always mix for me. I mean, granted, I'm a huge fan of Shaun of the Dead, but there's exceptions.
Well, I think that movie in particular was good just because it was a good ass fucking movie. Like everything about it was awesome. The director just killed it on that one. So I think the practical effects were amazing. The performance was really good. Visually, it was like really interesting, and it was a lot darker. I thought it was firing on all cylinders. Really.
Another one that I always think of when I think of great remakes is the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Love it.
I just watched that for the first time over the Christmas holidays. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've not seen the original, but
I need the original. I haven't seen it in a long time. I never have picked it up yet. I need to get that. I've got the remake. But
I think that's probably the only movie I like better than the original when it comes to like horror and sci-fi. Personally.
Oh man, I like The Last House on the Left remake more than the original. Some days I like the Maniac remake more than the original too.
Really? It
Yeah.
was a really good remake.
I love both of those, yeah.
So Beth asks,
Ben?
what non-horror film could benefit from some more horror-related aspects to it?
Star Wars. Instead of doing the same stuff,
That was
they could make a
awesome.
horror Star
Yeah.
Wars, and I'd be in that. They had like Star Wars horror books back in the day. They're Galaxy of Fear. But yeah, instead of doing like the same tone movie over and over again, they could make some horror stuff. There's lots of cool like creatures they could use in that.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben Grimm, you're saying you prefer the Straw Dogs remake to the original?
I haven't seen the original, but I did enjoy the remake.
The original is good. Dustin Hoffman.
You want a 7-foot guy to play Jason?
They need like Charlie of Charlie's Farm. I can't remember that actor's name. But Derek Mears is big as fuck, you know?
He's a big dude. Yeah.
So is Ken Kersinger. He was like freaking almost 7 foot.
I think Derek Mears is the better Jason over Ken Kersinger, though. I'd say over Kane Hodder, too.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's probably my third favorite, I guess.
He's my third favorite, yeah. I would put him at 3. Richard Brooker is number 1. I don't know. I guess Kane Hodder.
I was always a big C.J. Graham fan.
Me too.
Because he's kind of cat-like in his movements. Jason was sneakier in Part 6, I think, than some of the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a utility belt, though.
Yeah,
I like that.
utility belt, throwing knives. He had all kinds of gear in that one.
Yeah, man. He's like a ninja almost.
Yeah, I want to know what that paintball dude was doing out there with them throwing knives. I mean, machete I can kind of at least understand.
Yeah, cut brush at
You're
least.
paintballing with your friends. You don't need throwing knives.
Maybe if you're paintballing with some friends you don't love.
You're going to say if you're a real asshole or else they are. I don't know.
Those paintball packages are hard to open.
David's saying he interviewed CJ Graham on his channel last year. I haven't seen that video. I have to go back and check it out.
CJ did an opening for my channel one time at a con.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was cool. He's a real cool guy.
So do you guys prefer the more human Jason or the zombie Jason?
Zombie
Human.
for me.
I'm gonna say
I
human
don't
because
know.
my
I like
favorite
the human too, yeah.
my favorite is Richard Brooker, followed by Ted White. So those were both human Jasons. I mean, I love zombie Jason. Particular, my favorite zombie Jason look is Part 7 before he turned to gingerbread.
See, I like
the
Derek.
human
I like
Jason,
Derek.
but I like
Mears.
the idea of a zombie Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
I like that.
I was still always kind of a little confused by the human Jason, because I always
How
kind
he
of
survived
assumed
drowning.
at that stage he's dead. Because I
That's what I think.
always wondered if you got a kid that drowns and his mom loves him that much and the kid gets out of the lake, don't you think within 20 years he'd come up to find his mom? Then hide in the woods? Was he scared that she was mad because he drowned, or what made him go and retreat to the woods?
He's a little slow.
I always figured somehow he grew at the bottom of the lake and he came out when she died, was how I always kind of envisioned it.
That's why they needed to leave that one scene where he comes out of the lake instead of making it a dream. Should have been real.
You don't think he was born like a full-fledged adult, just straight out of the womb?
If he was, that might explain why Mrs. Voorhees was as mean as she was.
Exactly, man. That's like some true horror right there.
Hey, John. John says his
Hey,
favorite.
There's John, the fat kid Jason.
The fat kid
What's
Jason.
up, man?
Yeah, I
Now-
don't know why they departed so much from the Jason mythology with the fat kid in part 8. It was like he wasn't deformed till after he drowned.
Yeah, that
Was an
like
impression they gave you, and yeah.
that was a drowning wound he received that made his eye all
Yeah. And he looked more like the Toxic Avenger in that one than
Exactly.
he did like Jason.
like if a gingerbread chef was making a Toxic Avenger cookie. Yeah, that movie. Maybe at some point I'll come around to it. It's like not stupid enough for me to just be full on board with how stupid it is. You know what I mean? Like some movies, like you're just like, oh, this is just ridiculous. I'm on board with it. That one's just like not quite stupid enough yet. Jason X, 100%. Like, oh yeah, Jason's in
That's
space
stupid.
now.
That's stupid
That's
enough.
Yeah.
I still haven't tried out the unrated cut in the set for part 9.
I did. There's a pretty awesome extended tent kill scene, I think. I don't remember in the original being as brutal. That's the one thing
Is that one of the discs that needed to be fixed? The camp scene where he's banging her up against the tree.
I don't know if that was the scene that they had to fix or not, but that was the unrated 9 was one of the discs they replaced.
That was because of an audio issue, right?
No, there was a scene cut out of part 9, and I think part 3 had the audio issue. And I forget what the other disc was.
Yeah, David likes the sound that Jason made in part 8 when he gets the old toxic waste in the grill. That's true. I think he should have roared more like a Jaws lion, like from part 4, but all of it feels okay. You should have like how Jaws gets stabbed by the boat and just explodes and one of the versions, right? That's what should have happened when you touched that toxic waste.
I wish they would come. I mean, it's a shame that they couldn't come out with a unrated version of Part 7. But I guess that footage is just lost and they can't do anything.
I love Part 7. Part 7 is just stupid enough for me. You know what I mean? I'm on board with Part 7 100%. You got Zombie Jason. You got Telekinetic Tina with the power of resurrection. And but it's awesome. So I'm on board. I do wish it was gorier, though. For sure.
Every kill is like cut away.
Yeah,
I have a hard time keeping them straight.
Some of them. I've seen clips of some of the Part 7 kills, like when he crushes the kid's head. Yeah, but the film quality is so poor on what I've seen. I don't know if it could ever be reinserted.
What did you guys think of the Part 2 extra uncut gore scenes from that set?
Yeah.
Haven't watched that either.
Oh, really? That was like one of the first things I watched. Yeah.
I don't have the box set, so.
Oh, okay. What? Am I the only motherfucker who's watched that?
I watched Jason X and Part 6 was the only ones I watched. Like 2 of my favorites.
I mean, I got that set, sort of early-ish, mid-October, and like, I just ran through every disc in that box. I didn't watch all the special features, but I ran through all in October.
Last week I watched that unrated My Bloody Valentine for the first time.
Yeah, I do have that.
Really like those, the pieces that got put back in, especially the old guy that gets the pickaxe through the.
Yeah, that was brutal.
You see his eyeball.
Yeah, and what I really liked about it was like when he's on the ground wiggling around, they seem to keep the prop here perfectly in line with the one up here. It was believable looking, not like the pickaxe was bending in the middle.
Yeah.
Very well done.
So was that just like an extra 7 minutes they included back in the movie, or even that much?
I don't think it was that much.
I don't think it was that much. I think it was just.
I don't think it was more than 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't it show the old lady in the laundromat when they open it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
there's
like
the one with the girl and the
yeah,
hung on the hook or whatever.
Yeah, the shower head thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
not really a shower head. It was like a pipe that was bent flat. Spraying water out.
Yeah. Everyone I've heard that's watched the uncut version says that it's much better than the original, so it sounds like, it just has a little more gore. But I'll have to go back and check it out.
It has a little bit more gore, but it makes a big fucking impact, man.
Yeah.
I think. Creepy Cody wants to see a prequel to Return of the Living Dead. You want to see like
I was just going to comment in the chat. That's a cool idea. And it could end with Romero getting his idea to go make the movie and arguing with the military. Like,
hey, Mark of Horror.
Hey, Mark.
I don't know if we ever needed the rating board. Beth is asking about if we need that
at all. Yeah.
I mean, it is. I guess if I was a parent, it would be nice to sort of have a general idea of like how appropriate a movie was for my children. But like, I mean, the ratings boards are not only is it not a static thing, it's like always changing. Like TV shows from the last decade are like way worse than Video Nasties as far as like orgos and shit. You know what I mean? So
I know the TV show is even worse.
Yeah,
they're influenced by the studios, and it's all not consistent.
Except Dino.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't it the ratings that kind of like ruined some of the Friday movies? I mean, was it part 4 maybe or 5 that suffered because they cut so many scenes out because of the gore factor?
Well, part 7 definitely suffered because of
A
it.
lot of stuff, and I know one example is Romero. According to the behind the scenes, the stuff on the disc, they wanted to give Romero a $7 million budget for Day of the Dead if he would make it an R, so they could get a wide release, and he said, no, I'm not doing it. So they ended up giving him like 3.5, so he could do it unrated and get a less wide release. So now even movies that didn't cut stuff out, it negatively affected them.
Yeah, because they were aiming for that rating, to start with, right?
Because Tom Savini's quote was, the original script for Day of the Dead was like Ben-Hur with zombies. It was going to be epic. And he had to scale it back. So
I still love it the way it is, though.
Oh, a great movie, yeah. I've read some of the script, and there was like an above ground part of the camp and a below ground, and I think there were creating zombie soldiers, kind of like what Bub became with the gun, and then there was a big wrap up scene at the end where someone died but didn't get back up, and that gave them hope that maybe it'll end soon. Scripts floating around out there online in a few places if you want to read it.
If you think about it, though, really, the Land of the Dead was more his big budget shot at big Hollywood.
And they let him get away with more in that than I would have thought for rated R. But then you had a studio backing it at that point, and they wanted to get in on his name by that point. I mean, back in the 80s, he was kind of taboo, and this guy's gory, and we can't do that. But
I think too, by the time Land of the Dead rolled around, you were able to do a stronger production with a smaller budget. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what the budget was, but I imagine if he had the same budget as he did for Day of the Dead, he still would have been able to make a much bigger looking movie.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, did you guys like Survival of the Dead? I thought it kind of sucked, asshole.
It's terrible.
I didn't see it.
I like parts of it. Diary is the one I don't care for. That's my dead last of the series.
I've
Part of the
only
fun.
seen Diary one time, but I remember liking it a lot more than Survival, which I've also only seen one time. But I would like to give Diary of the Dead a rewatch. I don't want to give Survival of the Dead a rewatch.
It was obviously trying to be like Blair Witch and Cloverfield and all that, like the found footage.
Well, yeah, he was playing with
Style.
like found footage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think his critique there was social media, but yeah, it was a found footage movie, the way it played out.
they could probably do a remake of Diary of the Dead outside of that franchise, like a found footage zombie movie that is a critique of social media. That would be fucking awesome if it handled correctly. Conceptually, I like it.
There's supposed to be a script out there, I think, for one called, the hell was it? Road of the Dead, maybe? But it was something I think he was working on a little bit when he died. But the idea was that we sort of kind of have the zombies under control in certain parts, and we use them for entertainment. And there's like a big coliseum kind of thing where people go for bread and circuses, watching zombies race each other.
I mean,
And
that's sort of what Land of the Dead was, right? You had like a community that was pretty under control, and they had like zombie fights and shit.
yeah, there was that scene in the bar, but I mean, this was like on a bigger scale. So
It actually sounds like fun though.
yeah, I think it could be a lot of fun. And I bought. I don't know if you can see it back there. No, I bought this. Getting clotheslined by my earbud. This I still haven't read it, but he was working on this when he died, and this Daniel Krauss, I guess, finished the book. I've been meaning to start reading that and doing a review, maybe chapter by chapter, kind of the Cliff Notes version. I thought would make a neat video series.
Hey, Brad.
What's up, Brad?
Oh, Brad.
Casey, what's your favorite Romero Dead movie?
Dawn, but I actually kind of like Diary. Like, it had some good ideas, but like it's got some bad CG that just ruins those ideas.
There was some bad CG in that one.
I haven't seen that one. That's one I haven't seen.
I'm thinking
I haven't
particularly
seen
at the beginning where they shoot the one zombie in the head, and the top of his head kind of goes up and then lands back down on the jaw. Was that was either Diary
It's
or
a
the
lot
beginning
of bad
Survival.
CG blood.
I forget.
I'll have to rewatch it. I don't remember the CG being super offensive. I don't remember it being a great film, but I also don't remember hating it as much as everyone else seems to.
I think you're right.
To
Ben.
me, the last three
Walmart
are just
already is Walmart of the Dead. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
As it says, to me, the last three just aren't in the same realm as the first three. Might nowhere near.
Yeah. Oh, admittedly, no. But I still really like Land, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, Day of the Dead's definitely my favorite. I gotta say, personally,
Nice.
I always loved it.
Yeah. Another example of a good remake is Night of the Living Dead 2. Because I like the Tony Todd version better than the old one. I'll watch it more often than the original.
I like that remake. I watched that for the first time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just never saw it like until last year, and everyone was singing its praises. I thought it was interesting, and I liked sort of some of the things they changed around about it.
Yeah, I got to go see that one in the theater, so I really enjoyed that.
Even threw Bill Moseley in there at the beginning as the cemetery zombie.
He was her brother at the beginning, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he Johnny? Yeah,
Or was he? Oh.
yeah. He came back later, I think, and tried to grab her or something.
Hmm.
Have you guys seen Flight of the Living Dead?
No.
Nope.
No.
I
Also, never saw. I think The Dead Hate the Living came out maybe the '90s. I don't think I ever saw that either.
I saw that with the guy that looks like Rob Zombie or whatever.
Yeah, any good? What was it?
No, it's bad.
Probably not. Probably why I never watched it. Didn't look good.
It's not something you would remember afterwards.
I feel, yeah. I don't know. There's Zack Snyder's got that new zombie movie coming out at some point soon, right?
Is that a movie or a series he's doing?
Is that
Oh,
the one with Batista or whatever?
I thought it was a movie. Is it a series?
I'm not sure.
All right, now I gotta look it up.
I would think that after that, crap, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the series now on AMC.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, that people would kind of have zombie fatigue, but I guess
It's burned out or burning out, I think, compared to how it was. And when did that even start? Wasn't that like 08,
Let's say 20.
09?
Oh shit, I don't remember now.
but you
By
get
the
so
way,
many
that's a movie.
spin-offs now.
By the way, the Zack Snyder one is a movie. It's like a zombie heist movie. They're billing it as.
Okay.
I like Walking Dead to this day. I haven't seen the last season, but I'm still on board for it.
I watched the first episode again a few weeks ago, thinking I'd start the series over and didn't get any further again.
I got all the way through the whole series up to the current one. Recently, when I was doing a bunch of work at home, I just had it like streaming for days on in the background. Yeah, I ran through all of them.
I need to catch up from, I think, season 8 on.
I couldn't do it after Rick left. I couldn't. He's like my hero.
That's when I dropped off too. I mean, I watched the season where Carl leaves the show, and then Rick, and it's like I can't. It's just too much.
I just didn't like some of the side characters as much. Like, to me, he was like the main guy.
And I tried watching the Fear the Walking Dead, and that first season, I don't know, didn't do much for me. But I don't know. Do you all follow that show? Did it get better?
I watched
the
3 or
first
4
season was good.
episodes. Was it?
I liked the first season because it was the beginning of the zombie break apocalypse, right? So I thought that was an interesting take on it because you got to see how things progressed and you got to see like sort of military involvement. I watched it for maybe 2 or 3 seasons. I thought it was pretty good, but it's hard for me to follow any series because I don't really have like cable or satellite. So unless they're streaming on one of the services, it's tricky for me.
It's pretty true what Genome says about what George Romero thought of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I mentioned it on the stream a couple weeks ago, maybe, but during that first season, Frank Darabont was talking about ideas of where to take the show, and he wanted to interject every now and then an episode about a random zombie and what happened to them and how they ended up as a zombie.
that'd be cool.
And the first one he wanted to do was the soldier in the tank that Rick hides in. What led him to getting there, but the other producers, people on the show wouldn't bite on the idea.
I mean, the governor
been
had a
me.
whole display case of them. That'd be interesting too to see how they
Yeah.
ended up in
Yeah.
his trophy.
What was each head and what happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Mark picked up so I've got like season 2 and 4 of the collector sets. Mark picked up part 3 or season 3 at McKay's a little while back, and it's like a little fish tank you fill with water and the heads float in it. So, pretty nice set.
You know what the problem for me is that it became too focused on the people and the threat of the zombies. It just almost doesn't even matter anymore. They're just like in the background, you know.
Yeah. My thing I think was Negan. As much as I like Negan, there come a point where I'm like, you're talking to him, you're within 30 feet of him, just shoot the bastard and get it over with. It's like my complaint in Man of Steel. Superman's going to tear down the whole damn city just because he doesn't want to kill one guy. So, yeah.
And they have them in the cell, you know.
Yeah.
They caught
And
him, they
still
put
won't
him in a
kill him.
cell when they won't. He
That
just
was
wants
on
him to feel the pain of his
Right.
action.
You don't rehabilitate somebody like that.
No,
Like
they
he gives a
don't want
damn.
to. They don't want to punish him. They want him to serve as an example to everyone else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
then who's Carl going to talk to if he wasn't there? I don't know. I still thought it was fun. I mean, what are you gonna? When that came out, there wasn't that many horror things to watch. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, let's make this happen, Captain. It's pretty true to like the Romero zombie style, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like I said, I quit watching around season 8. I need to catch back up sometime, but I still think about the best moment in the whole show is when the little girl walked out of the barn in season 2.
Yeah, that was cool.
That
They were looking at the
mid-season
whole
finale. Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing was when they got escaped from Terminus. That season opener I thought was awesome.
That was pretty intense. Pretty
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Where like Karen was all of a sudden a fucking like Black Ops like Green Beret. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I know, right?
make it happen. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna blow up this goddamn
Yeah.
propane tank with a bottle rocket. And, just go
It was
from there.
somewhere in one of those seasons in that area where Herschel's daughter was working at the hospital.
Yeah,
I thought that drug on way too long. I was hoping they would conclude that storyline quick.
I mean, it concluded pretty quick. I thought Negan dragged on because that went over the course of a few different seasons. You know.
I think he drug on just because of how popular he was.
Yeah.
Really. So, hey, he's good. I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, great in that part. You love to hate him.
I like the governor storyline more so than the Negan though.
Me too, because they didn't drag it on. It was like the full
and the zombies
3
were
and
still
then like
fast.
half of 4. That was enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't seen anything with the what are they called? The Whisperers? Is that what they're called? I haven't seen any of those seasons.
I have seen those seasons. Like they in the latest season were a giant threat, but it didn't really feel like they were a giant threat to me. You know what I mean? Even though, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it for anything, but they just don't seem like the threat that people were making them out to be in that latest season. Personally, I thought the governor was pretty good. He kind of cut off Herschel's head though, so
Kinda.
super cool. Yeah, a little bit.
Just barely.
How about when he turns on his whole crew of guys and just blasts them? Like, damn.
Yeah, and then he has like a whole a sort of redemption arc. It starts off as a redemption arc, right? And then he just like takes a hard
Then it
right
gets
back,
even
exactly
worse.
back to where
Yeah.
he came from. Yeah.
Yeah. he started to redeem himself, then he found that tank.
Yeah, exactly. Dixon's crossbow is cool, Paul. I think his bike is even better. The classified moto bike, that sort of scrambler looking one.
There was a meme a while back I liked, and it was him riding his bike, and it said, uses a crossbow for silence, drives a loud-ass chopper.
Yeah. Seriously. I don't know if do you think he uses the crossbow for silence, though, or just because he's like, I'm a fucking badass with a crossbow?
That's just what the meme said. But
Yeah.
No, I think it's just because he's good with the crossbow. So
good with the crossbow, reusable ammo.
Reusable ammo. There you go.
He is a good character. I guess he wasn't one of the original from the comic, but it's no doubt that you can easily see why he's a fan favorite. I'll be curious to see his spin-off show.
The Carol and Daryl show.
So
Carol and Daryl.
When we met him, it was during like season 3. So the show was just starting to get crazy with popularity, and we got in an hour early to the convention, ran down to where he was, got in line, and still waited 4 hours.
Jeez.
And my son really wanted his autograph, so I put the time in, 4 hours, but they shut his line down because it was outside the building, wrapped around one side of the convention center, and he stayed like 4 hours after the show closed, still signing autographs for people, just all day. And and then I went upstairs after we got done to get John Carpenter's autograph. 15 minutes in line for Carpenter. Seemed lopsided to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that. What are some current horror shows that you guys are loving?
Are there very many besides The Walking Dead?
The Creepshow series, I want my season 2.
Yeah. I want my season 2, you bitch. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I would say that. American Horror Story, still going.
I haven't watched that in a while.
It lost a little bit of its shine. Some of the seasons are better than others, but started off strong, man, with Murder House.
Yeah.
Are we getting another season of Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah. Lovecraft Country was awesome. Ben Grimm. And I still have not watched Channel Zero, but that is also a horror show. And then there was like also a I can't remember what it was called, the horror show that was set in the Stephen King universe.
Oh,
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock.
Yeah.
Right?
I watched the first season. I haven't watched the rest yet.
I don't see how Lovecraft Country won't get a second season. Because I think it was a popular show, and I think like even shitty shows on HBO tend to get a second season. You know what I mean?
Wasn't there like a comedy show that was loosely based on horror, like What We Do in the Shadows or something like that? Or...
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I haven't seen that show, but the movie was awesome. Mockumentary style, super fun.
Is it kind of like a Spinal type movie? Just
kind of
making fun of itself.
Well, I mean, it's a mockumentary, so it's like it's following sort of like these vampire characters, in a way that makes them sort of seem like their normal everyday existence. It's like sort of like I don't know. The humor feels very like New Zealandy to me, in a good way, though.
There was a Del Toro series for a while that was on.
The Strain?
Yeah, The Strain, yeah. That was That was okay. I liked it.
I like the first season, but then I think when you start getting into like militant vampire stuff, you lose me a little bit.
Yeah,
But I
I
thought
enjoyed
the
the
first
book.
season was pretty good.
And then there was Nosferatu, right? Did you watch that?
Oh, I didn't watch that one at all.
The one with Zachary Quinto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that one. I just couldn't get into that one for some reason.
What was the one Eli Roth did on Netflix? Had sort of like a vampire-y style thing and like a werewolf dude too.
Hemlock Grove or whatever.
Which one?
Oh, Hemlock Grove? Yeah.
Grove.
Yeah, Hemlock Grove. That one.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
That wasn't
I
too
thought
bad.
the first season was pretty good, but then it lost me too. I lost interest in it.
Yeah. Is that the one that had Skarsgård in it before he played Pennywise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughters and I watched that. It was pretty good. I mean, we just kind of started on a whim and binge watched it. I enjoyed it.
I didn't really know there was the Exorcist show.
Yeah. It had crap, what's her name? Gina Davis. She was in it.
Really?
She was Reagan as an adult. Yeah.
Interesting. Because she had like retired for decades, man.
Does it keep following her around or what?
It's more following her daughter. But spoiler alert, at the end of the season, she becomes possessed again. And
Did you guys ever see Repossessed with Linda Blair and
Yeah.
Leslie
yeah,
Nielsen?
the comedy, yeah.
That was funny. Yeah.
Lick me, lick me, lick me.
Mean Gene and Jesse Ventura are commentating from the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of people here in the panel that are kaiju fans. I don't want to switch gears, but Casey's being really quiet. I want to get involved in the
I haven't
chat.
seen a single episode of The Walking Dead, so I was out on that whole chat. And I don't think I've seen a lot of horror type shows. I did watch Stranger Things and Ash vs. the Evil Dead, but I don't think I've seen any of the other ones.
That.
What are your thoughts on?
I watched the Scream show.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't either. What are your thoughts
The
on
first
Godzilla
season was
versus
good, and that's it.
Kong, Casey?
The new one?
Yeah. Are you excited?
I mean, I'm excited. Yeah. Basically, if they put one out, I'll go see it. But hopefully, this one's good. I don't know. Do you guys think it'll be good?
Have you? Well, I think it was going to be good. I'm stoked for it. I think the trailer looked pretty fucking awesome, and the trailer 2 looked pretty fucking awesome too. But
There's
the
two trailers?
Yeah, there was one that came out just a few days ago.
I haven't seen that one. No.
I've just seen the first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are fucking up, man.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah.
The it just shows a little more scenes of Godzilla kicking King Kong's ass, basically.
Oh yeah, I gotta see that.
Well, the first one kind of looked like Kong was kicking Godzilla's ass.
Well,
Yeah, I
exactly.
know.
Yeah. That's. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, from a marketing perspective, you have to have Kong kicking Godzilla's ass. Like, ooh, are you Team Kong? And then you have to have, Godzilla kicking Kong's ass. Like, no, I'm Team Godzilla. And then like, I don't know if there'll be a third trailer, but I imagine that one will feature some kind of mecha situation.
That's the big rumor.
So, if this movie's a huge success, which I imagine it will be, do you think we'll see future Godzilla versus movies? Or
Now, isn't Toho pulling the rights
I
to
think
Godzilla
they,
back from Legendary?
Oh,
Yeah, the rights are expire, but they could always, if it does well enough, I'm sure they would renegotiate. But I think there's an animated Kong series already in development that's supposed to be part of the universe afterwards. I think Netflix.
There's a new animated Godzilla item coming too, isn't there? I thought I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's this April.
Do you
What do
think
you
we'll
think
ever
would,
get? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you think would happen if they did get the rights? Do you think they'd try to reboot it again, like Shin Godzilla?
Oh, Toho? Probably. I don't think they'd make a sequel to Shin. They'd probably just reboot the series or soft reboot it like they always do.
That was what I was going to ask. Was do you think we'll ever get a Shin 2 from Toho? I really enjoyed Shin Godzilla.
I loved Shin. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Shin, but at the end, like the humanoids were falling out of his tail, and I don't really want like a humanoid Godzilla thing going on. The Velociraptors are bad enough in that one movie.
And
Feels off.
I'm with you. I like that they did it like that because I like the sort of thoughts I have about that, like conceptually. I don't know that I want to see it realized, but like I like the concept of just thinking about like what that evolution, that next form is. You know, if it's like tiny little weird xenomorph looking Godzilla dudes or whatever.
Would you want to
Like, if
see
it's
it?
like a
Good.
Like if it was like a spin-off show, I'd be all for that. But for like another Godzilla movie focusing on little humanoids, I'm not about it.
No, what if Matthew Broderick starred in it though?
And there was lots of fish.
I haven't seen him in so long. I don't
Okay,
even
what
know
if
what he looks
Matthew
like
Broderick plays Freddy Krueger in the Little D Godzilla movie franchise? That'd be amazing.
I was going to say,
Freddy vs. Godzilla.
would you want Shin 2 to kind of pick up with that, or maybe another one comes out of the ocean? Whatever started him off on that mutation, maybe there's another one down there.
I bet if they do a sequel to that, I imagine they will not even address that. You know, it'll just be him like coming uncoagulated.
Yeah.
But like or maybe the coagulation stopped the tail form from evolving. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm oblivious to the whole kaiju stuff. So is Shin Godzilla like a robot Godzilla?
No.
It's just kind of their latest soft reboot, kind of like Casey said.
But it was a return to a darker tone, sort of like a more original 54 Godzilla tone or an 84 Godzilla tone.
Yeah.
And it was just only Godzilla. It wasn't him versus a foe or something. But I thought it was fucking awesome, man. I like that one.
I like the kind of commentary from it too, on the ineffectiveness of the government. That scene where they're arguing about what to do about Godzilla, and Godzilla does something different, so they get up and move to a different conference room to have the new argument, was just beautiful. For government bureaucracy, we can't argue about that here. We got to go over here, and good stuff.
So, as someone who's wanting to get into kaiju, I mean, what's a good starting point? I mean, going back and watching the Mothra movies and Godzilla, and was it Ghidorah or who's the squid character that you have, Casey, as your avatar?
That's Ghidorah. He's from Space Amoeba. That's not really a good one to go for. I'd say either you could try Shin because that's standalone, but I'd probably just say 2014. It's just called Godzilla. That's the first one to the MonsterVerse that goes to with Godzilla versus Kong. Honestly, you could probably just jump into Godzilla versus Kong.
I'm a huge Showa fan, but talking to somebody who's not, so I think a little bit of being a Showa fan is you almost had to grow up with it. I'd probably guide you to start with like the movies in the 80s. Either start with 85 or Godzilla 84, I guess, is the Japanese one, and watch the Heisei series because they're
I'm on
they're
board with
a little
that.
bit better done. They're not as hokey as some of the old versus Showa movies. I think Ben's on that team, right? Heisei over Showa.
Yeah, that's my favorite era is the Heisei ones. And I would say, yeah, just start if you can't get Godzilla versus Biolante. I would say start with one where there's a foe, I think, and then go back and watch the. 'Cause 84 is sort of like the odd duck out, right? I mean, especially in the
It's him by
Heisei.
himself again.
Yeah, and the tone is a lot
That's what
different.
I like about it. It's so
It-
darker, and he's the threat. He's the menace.
Yeah, it references the original, as a sequel to the original, and then kind of launches the Heisei.
And then bringing
series.
Raymond Burr back.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the American version, which I wish the hell would get a Blu-ray release and still hasn't.
Yeah.
I've got a VHS rip on DVD. It's the best I've managed for that.
So how did King Kong and Godzilla eventually meet up? Because I mean, King Kong was his own standalone movie that wasn't Japanese, as far as I know, right?
I think so. They made two Godzilla movies.
They made him that way.
Yeah.
And two Godzilla movies back in the 50s, and then he was just popular enough that somebody said, "Hey, let's pin the two big ones against each other." And so yeah, it was the third Godzilla movie.
Yeah, 62, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paul, I've seen the Mega Shark movies. They're bad. All the two you mentioned and versus Colossus are just terrible.
Good night, John.
Hi,
John's out.
John.
See you, John.
Hey, John.
So Paul says that Mothra is the worst monster ever.
I guess.
Why? What?
No.
What do you think the worst is, Cody?
What's the one from? I forget his name. The one that Baby Godzilla fights that looks like a cat in the face and has scales.
Oh,
Oh, Gabra.
Gabra. That's one of the
Yeah.
worst. From the old ones, anyway.
I love Mothra because it's such an unlikely monster. A moth
Yeah.
is such an unlikely monster. I love it. Just like I love Mogera, where it's like a mole, a giant mecha mole is the most like unlikely fucking creature you want to make a badass robot out of.
Right.
I love that juxtaposition.
Yeah, I'd probably put Gabra way up there. King Caesar wasn't all that great.
I didn't care
Yeah.
for what's Gigan with the
Oh,
weird arms. Like that.
Space
you
Chicken.
didn't like him?
I love
Yeah,
the guy.
yeah,
there you go.
Look at this guy, man. You got hook
Patrick's
hands.
always talking about Gigan.
Yeah, he's got like a tri-wing with hook hands and a feather tail, pinchers. I mean, this guy's amazing, and he's a cyborg. And look at those fancy Gigan shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It looks
I
like
I like
him.
him.
It's like Robot Chicken right there.
Yeah, he is a robot chicken.
Space Chicken. Yeah, I love Godzilla versus Megalon, where he's over there like sharpening his claws on each other before the before the fight.
I mean, that's just a Royal Rumble of a matchup too.
Yeah, Megalon's another interesting one. It's like, let's mix a cockroach with something that has drills for hands.
I always think his hands are like look like they were designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. They look like some awesome like 60s architecture.
And then his other thing, he shoots the ray off his head. He spits
got like a coal he
explosive
spits
pellets
out.
out of his mouth.
I mean, yeah, he's a cool ass kaiju though. I like that suit. It's like Beetle Kaiju from Zootopia.
That was the first one that I think I bought on VHS. We used to have a Murphy's store locally, and my mom let me buy that for like $1.95 when I was a kid.
Score.
So.
Hey
Phil.
there, horror fans.
Phil's
here.
It's
Baby.
your
Hey, what's up,
buddy Phil here.
What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Oh, you know, after 12-hour shifts, I'm hurting, but I'm here and alive and willing to participate.
So you got to
You
go
glad
back to
you're
work
back at
this
work?
week, huh?
I got to go back to work yesterday. But I'm off tomorrow, so I have the whole day off to chillax.
Nice.
So, what was that movie a couple of years, or more than a couple of years, but it was like these soldiers would get into like battle armor and fight, I guess, creatures.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim?
Yeah. Is that kind of in the same
Yeah.
It's in the same vein.
monster universe, or no? Okay.
What's up,
No,
kaiju?
I guess it's still kaiju, but and they even call them kaiju in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I enjoyed that
but-
movie.
But it's kind of, how far in the future was that set?
I don't know, but I know that there's been talk of doing crossover, or
Yeah.
and at least there's interest in crossover. I know
They got Godzilla.
Half Cheetah Will View wants a crossover pretty bad.
Because Pacific Rim is also a legendary movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so they could do it, huh?
Phil versus Godzilla, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, Pacific Rim was pretty fun. The sequel not as good, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
have you
watched
guys ever
like a half
watched
hour of the
Robot
sequel.
Wars or Robot Jocks?
Robot Wars, the TV show. No, that was BattleBots.
No, I think it's a full new movie. Or
I remember Robot. I remember
BattleBots
Robot
was
Jocks.
cool.
Robot Jocks, yeah, that was full moon for sure.
Oh, shucks.
I know the people that started BattleBots. Started out here. And they used to work in the-
There was another movie like Robot Jocks. What was that?
The
That
one with
came out
Hugh Jackman,
with what?
Real Steel. Real
Oh,
Steel
yeah,
with Hugh
Real
Jackman.
Steel.
It could be Real Steel, yeah.
I thought that movie was fun.
That was the Hugh Jackman one where he shadow boxes.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't that. This one was like Robot Jocks with big machines. Movie like Robot Jocks.
I think Robot Jocks has a pseudo sequel. Might just be called Robot Wars.
Oh, Del
I like
Toro
Big Man
wants-
Japan. I know Mark really likes it too.
Yeah. I was just typing that response to that. I haven't seen it, but I remember like Mark spoke really highly of it. The second Pacific Rim, Paul, wasn't super great, but if you know that it's not super great going into it, then it's perfectly entertaining to watch. If you're expecting just sort of like a whatever awesome movie with big ass robots, you know.
Dave,
It's
I
good.
just sent you the best Godzilla movie to start with.
Okay. The one with Matthew Broderick?
Son of a bitch.
It's my favorite. What about Skyrim? Is that kind of in the same vein?
That's a
No,
video
Skyrim's
game,
a
right?
video game.
Maybe I'm thinking something else. I saw a movie at Walmart that was like, maybe it's called Skyline. I don't remember.
There's something called
I think
Skyline,
there's
but I
a
haven't watched
trilogy
it.
called Skyline.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I know there's a
either.
Beyond Skyline.
Atlantic Rim's awful.
There's Gamera. That's in the same vein, but they
Same
never,
vein.
like,
That
crossover.
Heisei trilogy is a good one to start with if you're looking to get into the monster movies. I love that Heisei Gamera trilogy.
Good stuff.
All right. Cody says I should watch Bambi versus Godzilla.
Oh, that's a classic.
That was on the beginning of my Godzilla '85 tape that I had.
I saw that in the
First time
theater.
I ever
I don't.
saw it.
I don't remember what movie it was before, but I remember seeing that in the theater and thinking it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever seen when I was a little kid. I was like, yes, please.
I think they played it ahead of Godzilla 85 in the theater, if I remember right.
I don't
didn't
remember.
remember that, and I did see it in the theater. but I
Have
was
you
so
all
young.
seen the SNL fake trailer for the movie Bambi starring The Rock?
Yeah, you sent that to us in the chat. That was
I
pretty
sent that to you in the chat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
What was the thing they were doing with the guy doing Vin Diesel, where
Yeah.
it's going to be rough, and
Why? No, he's like, why do they call you Thumper? 'Cause I'm always thumping. And then The Rock's like, yeah, it's always
It's
something.
always something.
It's always something.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember. Yeah. That's pretty good. They did that one, and have you ever seen when Christoph Waltz hosted, and they did if Quentin Tarantino directed a Jesus movie and it was called "The Jesus Uncrossed"?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that was good. They got a lot of hate mail over that one, but that was good.
I just wanted to
just
say a quick
imagine.
hi to Casey, Interwebkaiju. Thanks for all your support on my YouTube channel. And Sean Patrick Erschen. I believe this is our first live stream together. I'm not too sure.
With all
I just
you
wanted to
guys.
say that I watch all your videos and I love your stuff, and I know I have probably a lot of Michael Myers stuff that you wish you had, but you're not getting mine.
I bet you do.
But yeah, I love your channel and great horror content, and yeah, nice little.
I appreciate
hook there.
that. Thank you.
Nice little hook there at the beginning. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Sean's gonna be my resident Hammer film expert.
School you, man.
Sean definitely can school people on their Hammer movies for sure.
I just started watching those. Saw my first Hammer Dracula film like a few weeks ago.
Nice.
I didn't think they were still making Hammer movies, but they are, right? Is that correct?
They stopped making them.
That hasn't been one in a while.
The Lodge was one from last year. That was Hammer film.
Yeah, that was the most recent.
The Woman in Black also a few years before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
Resident with Hilary
Harry
Swank.
Potter.
Did anyone see The Woman in Black Part 2?
No.
I did not
This
like
time
part
it's
2.
Gryffindor.
Because the
I like
first
part
one was
1.
so good.
I own both on Blu-ray, and I don't really remember Part 2 that much, but I really like Part 1.
Casey, did you say
I know
you
it's
didn't
bad
like
when
part
you don't
2?
remember it. Yeah, I don't like. I don't remember much either, but I remember not liking part 2.
Not loving it, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the style of the first one.
It's
kinda
very
had that
stylistic
classic
for sure.
Gothic, tone to it.
Speaking of stylistic, I was watching one the other night called The Love Witch that was like from 2018 or 2019, and it looked like an old 60s movie. It was really great.
Trailer looked awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it was on Joe Bob's.
I watched one the other day, Lost After Dark, that is a newer movie, but it kind of has an 80s vibe. Lost After Dark. And it has Steel Terminator from T2, Robert Patrick, in it.
Ooh.
What's up now? It's dark.
Yeah. So
what's up, Paul? What's up, Ben?
Yeah, the actress that played the witch reminded me of Casey Musgraves, so I think it's hot too.
Yeah, House of the Devil is awesome, man.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
Who mentioned that one? I don't. Is that
Ben Grimm mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
That one sort of kicked off. I think that did retro before a lot of people were doing retro. You know what I mean?
What's up, Now It's Dark? Love your content. Everyone make sure to go check out Now It's Dark and connect with their channel.
Oh.
They're amazing.
Paul mentions
I watched
Kill
the
List.
T-shirt video earlier.
The T-shirt video I shared in our group because Mark
Yeah,
is in our group.
I subbed to him and I told him he ought to try them all on like Mark did.
Yeah.
Paul mentioned the Kill List. I love that movie. Slow burn, but in a good way. Really good on that one. He didn't have anything to do with that, though, did he? You're just mentioning it because it's a slow burn? You guys, I mean, Phil, you've obviously must have seen Kill List, right?
Sounds familiar.
Anyone who hasn't seen Kill List, check that fucker out. It's good. It's really good.
I finally got my hands on a DVD unrated copy of that Australian Going to the Prom movie. What's that called? Love something.
Ones?
The
Love
Loved Ones, yeah. DVD unrated, ordered on eBay. It has shipped. Out of print. I'm excited.
Wait, you've seen that, right?
Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen it, yeah. I've just never had a physical copy, and the unrated DVD's been long out of print and goes for crazy, crazy money. So I was happy to score one for $20 on eBay. The Loved Ones, unrated. Can't wait to be holding it in my hands.
Ben Grimm, what do you consider folk horror? You guys know what folk horror is? Or what would you guys consider folk horror?
Falcor!
The Wicker Man.
Fuck you.
Fuck
I mean-
this man.
You would say Wicker Man, you would consider that folk horror?
Folklore?
Kind of, yeah.
Folk horror?
Folk horror? I
Because it's
probably
got the
say
hippie 60s
the Wicker Man
kind
is
of thing
folklore,
going,
yeah.
you know.
I'd
I've
probably
the-
go like,
The
I'd probably
cult
say
thing
something
and
more
the
like- I don't know
Manson
what-
kind of thing.
I have the sweet Anchor Bay wooden box of the Wicker Man. It's cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's cool. I look like
The wooden box with a little brass hinge, and you get like the
Yeah.
director's cut of the Wicker Man. And
nice.
yeah, if Midsommar is folk horror, then I'm on board with that. I love that movie. And I love The
Good
Witch
one.
too. And I love the
I'd
end
probably
of Kill
throw that
List.
in that category.
Yeah, I guess the end of Kill List is awesome, man. It has a slow burn and a cool payoff on that one. Yeah, Cargo, the zombie movie, Australian zombie film. Did you guys see that one?
Would you call The Village fake folk horror?
I call it faux folk horror.
Faux horror.
Faux folk horror. I like it.
Did you guys see Cargo?
No.
Cargo.
It's like
Sounds familiar.
it was an Australian zombie movie on Netflix starring what is his name? Martin Friedman, I think.
Martin Freeman.
Oh,
Freeman, yeah.
The Future is Fragile, a Netflix film. Cargo, from the producer of The Babadook.
was pretty good.
Babadook.
that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to have like a sort of I don't know, I like that one. Kind of a little more of a serious tone about it.
Yeah.
I'm just checking out everybody's room. Sean's in a different
Yeah.
room that I'm not used to seeing. Not used to
It's
seeing
actually
that
the same
backdrop.
room. It's just turned
Just a
around.
different angle.
Different angle, yeah.
And Kaiju, I've never seen your room before. You got what's that on your behind you there? That
The
green
living room.
orange
It's
thing?
the wave, but it's Godzilla.
Ooh.
What's that
This is
monopoly
a-
behind you,
It's a
Sean?
That
dinosaur.
is cool, isn't it?
I see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Ultimate behind Sean there.
Yep.
I got one just
What's
like
your
it.
Monopoly up there, Sean?
I got one just like it right there.
The original, the regular edition. I do have a few editions, though. I have the Christmas Story one. I have the Spider-Man.
Nice.
I have several. So my favorite I think I have is Futurama.
Ooh.
And
Back
it's
to
one of
the-
the ones that are a little older, so the board just folds in half instead of in fourths like they do now.
Yeah, my Spider-Man one is really old, like in the 80s or something.
I have Back to the Future and Jaws Yahtzee.
Oh, Yahtzee even.
We've got a few Yahtzees. We got Doctor Who.
With the
Futurama.
TARDIS shaker.
Yeah. Futurama and a couple of others floating around. I forget which ones. Mostly the kid stuff.
Someone just started
Cody,
their
is that
washer
your
dryer.
like man room or whatever?
Sound like someone's garage door was open.
Sounds like Rose McGowan's getting murdered somewhere right now.
Interwebkaiju. This question's for Casey. Do you collect or like collect
figures?
movies or anything, or do you have a collection, or do you just hang out on YouTube horror people's channels and like be in the comments?
I have movies. I don't have a lot of figures or anything. I have less movies now than I used to. I still have like 3 or 4 banana boxes filled with movies just laying on the floor because I don't have shelves right now.
And most are horror.
But I don't have. Yeah, that's mainly what I watch actually.
Okay.
But I still have not seen nearly the amount of movies as you guys.
Casey has the second largest channel in this group. Phil.
Casey has the second largest channel?
Yeah. Do you have 2 point? You have
who has the first largest? Sean?
Some crazy guy.
No, you, Phil.
I do?
Probably. Yeah.
I didn't even know. I don't check my subs, so.
It's because you're so modest, Phil.
I don't even look at my subs, so I have no idea.
I was gonna say Ben has quite a Godzilla figure collection.
I do.
Ben has quite a few things that I would love to get my hands on. We're actually, him and I are doing a trade for that pieces set or box set or something. I'm sending him that 15 disc Halloween. And what's that other thing I was sending you for that?
What was it?
The 15 disc Halloween and something else.
Maybe it was like a media book or something.
I don't know. Was it the? Oh, was it the Reanimator?
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
The Arrow limited edition Reanimator. Yeah,
I think that's the one.
I think that's fair trade.
Hey man, I'm happy to do that trade if you think it's fair.
Do you still have those 2 big boxes in your kitchen, Ben?
Which one? Yeah,
those 2 big boxes.
No, not the 2 big. I have the 1 big. That's just foam now. I threw the box out, but I've been waiting to do like a video on it, and it's just a fucking obstacle in my kitchen. Those 2 big boxes were from the Prime 1 Studio Gamera.
Right.
Interwebkaiju, I am subscribed to you. 1.14K subscribers. Good job, buddy.
I appreciate it.
David, I just subscribed to your channel right now.
Thanks, man.
Sean, I've been subscribed to you since day 1 because I love your content. Cody, since day 1. Ben, since day 1. And David, I just unsubscribed.
Oh, we lost Phil. What happened? Hey! I have the power. By the power of Grayskull.
I didn't think, by the way, responding. Sorry, go on, Sean.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, responding to the chat, Midsommar didn't remind me of Wicker Man much at all, to be honest. There's a few similar themes, but
Yeah.
such a different viewing experience, I thought, for me personally.
Yeah. Great movie.
So, Ben, you said you wouldn't call Midsommar horror, that it was more of a... Is it more of a thriller? Or
no, I would say that I don't know. I would call it horror, but I would also say it's not straight up horror. It's a movie that sort of is hard to put your finger on. You know what I mean?
Is that He-Man's sword?
Yes.
Yeah. I did open them the other day. These little metal swords I got.
It's pretty cool.
By the power of Grayskull.
I got that and get it out of this damn packaging.
Skeletor
staff.
Oh yes, nice.
Ooh, I love the purple.
And they're heavy too.
Yeah.
Real
What are they?
heavy.
Metal? Pewter?
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
saw they came out with all those retro figures. They look exactly like the 80s ones.
Ooh, Cheetah says that YouTube is waging war on channels under 1K subs. So what do you mean by that, Cheetah?
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know.
Because I'm way under 1,000.
Yeah, I want to know.
Thank you to you,
Yeah,
Phil, though, for
Patrick, you
subscribing.
need to be more specific. What is waging war? Are they just deleting people's channels if they have under 1K subs?
Are
Let
they
us
the
know.
ones that have been firing mortars at me?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I thought I heard gunshots.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I was struck by a Molotov cocktail the other day, but I didn't know who threw it. I don't know. People complain about YouTube a lot. I don't really have any problems with YouTube, to be honest with you. I
I
mean,
never really
He's
had.
talking about he's probably talking about the algorithm. I think like if someone searches something, if you don't have so much, it just gets lost in there, even if you put it word for word. Oh, he's saying
Channels
subs.
can't retain subs.
well, I think there's a few things that probably happen. My sub count goes up and down all the time. I think there's bots that
So
subscribe.
does
you know?
mine.
There's bots that subscribe
all-
and then they get demodified.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
the other
those
day I was
porn bots and the ones that just put random links in the comments.
yeah,
I've been
I
waiting-
was
I've been
I
waiting
was
for
just-
years for them to invent a porn bot, by the way.
One.
No, Stark just connected with Interwebkaiju's channel and says, just checked out your channel. It looks great.
Appreciate it.
So everyone make sure to go check out Now It's Dark's channel. They put content out all the time and it is incredible.
Check it out.
Just go check it out along with Sean Patrick Erschen at The Horror Corner. Never gets old.
Yeah, I would say as far as the YouTube stuff goes, I mean, it's such a massive undertaking. There's so many people, so many channels, and so much footage uploaded every day that it's insane that we even have what we do have. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah. My subs go up and down all the time. One day I'll check and I have 2.1K, and the next day I check and I have 98 subs. And then
Yeah,
the next day I check and I'm back to 1.7K, and then back down to 700, and then I'm back up to 2.1.
If I ever feel like my sub count's going too high, I just upload a music video. I don't take care.
Yeah,
Same
when
here,
I
yeah.
feel I do those videos to tell people to unsubscribe to my channel. Make sure you unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you turn that fucking bell off, you piece of shit, and unsubscribe from my channel.
Do an angry video
And
If you don't
please
like what I'm saying,
please do me a favor and
unsubscribe.
hit that thumbs down button.
Yeah, exactly.
It really helps out my channel a lot.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Some people's channels grow fine, fast and stuff. Mine grows slow. But I've seen other people like start channels after me who have way more subscribers. I don't really make searchable content though, so the algorithm's sort of like a, I'm not doing like movie review. I think people that do like movie reviews where someone's like, "Oh, what's this movie?" and they type in the thing, I want to see a review on it. I think that content's good. Or if you have specific types of collectibles, I think are also good. But like my content's not really that searchable, so algorithms.
So, as a fairly young channel, I mean, is it advisable to make a video every single day, or just keeping a schedule, kind of like what Cody does? He has his colored vinyl Tuesdays and his.
The more content you put out on your channel, the faster you'll gain subs, for sure.
I guess it really depends on what your whole goal is with the channel, right?
As long as your content's good.
If your goal is to grow, I sometimes wonder like what people's goals are in general with social media stuff. Like if it's just because I think some people just like want growth. You know what I mean? Some people are looking to make money doing it, so they want to like monetize. They want a big audience, and other people like I just do it
because you like doing it.
Yeah.
Paul, I will never ban you from my channel, Paul. You're a VIP member.
But if you just knock out stuff every day, are you gonna have the same passion about what you do?
Yeah, this is just something.
And the
fun
problem
for me.
with putting out a video a day is sometimes you get burnt out, and then you start to hate YouTube, and you're like, "Fuck YouTube! I don't even want to do it anymore."
Yeah,
because you just it takes over your life. Takes so much time. You have zero life other than thinking about what tomorrow's YouTube video you're gonna make. So I mean, I just make a video when I get something in the mail, and I try and do 1-2 hour live stream a week.
That's cool.
I always think about making videos and then end up doing other stuff.
It's hard to find time. Like,
yeah.
The way Patrick's on the sub stuff, the way I view it is like, if people unsubscribe, if someone like actually subscribes and watch my content, like those are the people I'm sort of like invested in making content. But I have 500 subscribers and I don't get 500 views per video. So like a big chunk of those guys, fuck them anyway.
And I mean, and on that point, like my channel, it has 2.1K, but most of my videos, like a good watch video for me is like over 200 views.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what about the other 1,800 people that didn't watch it but are subbed to my channel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're never gonna get the views of how many subscribers you have. Because a lot of those subs are just like, oh, that channel's cool, subscribe, and then you're lost in the YouTube shuffle.
Yeah, like when I lose like subs all the time, and when I see the sub number go down, I'm not really upset about it or anything, because I'm just like, that's like some person I never. It's not like after the stream I'm gonna lose 6 subscriptions and it's gonna be you guys are gonna be like, fuck that guy, you know what I mean?
don't ever let that get you down, or thumbs downs, or negative comments for that matter. I always think like some of my videos get 3 or 4 thumbs downs, and I'm always like, okay, for every thumbs down I have like 21 thumbs up, so screw you guys.
And someone's watching your video, right? I mean,
those
unless they're just being a dick and just thumbs down
videos.
Because fuck that guy in Canada.
My favorite negative comment I had was, I think, on one of my Godzilla videos, like a NECA figure, and it was, "Oh God, you're so boring. Just get on with it."
My worst comment I've ever got, and this is a real comment that someone posted. They put, "Stop making videos. Go kill yourself."
Nice.
I've gotten death, or
You
I've
got
gotten people wishing me death on my other channel. I have a video on my other channel with like 84 thumbs down. Are you impressed?
Damn.
That's impressive.
But it also has like 600 thumbs up, so it's like,
There you go.
yeah. But just the fact that there's 84 people
Yeah,
are like, fuck
if
this dude. Yeah.
If I go to my most watched video, so it has 22K
yeah, I had
views,
I don't know if you got
and it has 500 thumbs ups with 23 thumbs downs.
Yeah, mine is 631 thumbs up, 81 thumbs down. And that's a video with 14,000 views. On my other
My
channel.
best.
Channel doesn't do that.
Wow.
2,800 views with 85 likes and 1 dislike.
That's pretty good.
This one has 48,000 views and it has 621 thumbs up and only 27 thumbs down.
There you go. See,
That one's pretty good.
so you just divide the thumbs ups by the thumbs downs, and you got that many thumbs ups per one thumbs down. So screw.
we
the
used to have a
thumbs
little
down.
bar so you could see like the ratio. Yeah, I have one video where these people keep commenting and like cursing at me that something's not the real Godzilla. And none of the Godzillas are real because he's fake. I don't understand why these people are cursing at me.
Yeah, he's not real like King Kong. Right?
Sean's
Yeah.
is really good. Sean's most popular video, 6.7K views, 31 thumbs ups. You get Sean with only 2 thumbs downs. So that's pretty good. That's like 16 thumbs ups per thumbs down.
What are you creeping on Sean now?
I'm creeping on everybody. That's what I am, a big creep.
It's funny.
I
You don't.
I kind of like
I don't
having
even-
a small.
Except for your channel, David.
Yeah. I kind of like having a small channel. I mean, I've got my loyal people that watch my videos and leave comments just about every video I make. So, I mean, I feel like when you get so high up there, high and mighty, like in the 2000s range, that you kind of
That's
like
high and
lose,
mighty, dude.
you lose touch with your fan base.
2000's not
Yeah.
high money.
I will say, right now at like 700 subs, I get more comments than I can keep up with.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah,
seems like I'll go and do a bunch of replies, once a week, and try to do a few through the week as they pop up. But
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of comments.
maybe we should ask Phil. What's it like to be high and mighty in the 2000s?
I wouldn't
What's it
say-
like
I
up
would-
there?
I'm-
Yeah.
I am very modest, and I don't think 2.1K is high and mighty at all. Like
I was just
I have
harassing
friends
you,
with
Phil.
like 62K subscribers, and I'm like in awe of them. Like I'm not worthy type of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with my comments, I used to try and answer all my comments, but it does get carried away, and now I'm lucky if I respond to like 3 comments per video.
I try to at least give the comment a heart so that they
I
know
go
I
down my
read it.
list and I heart every comment, and if the 3 best comments, I'll say like, "Hey man, I agree with you on that. Blah blah blah. Appreciate you watching my content. You're awesome."
So over the weekend, I think, like right after my Friday video, I had a bot posting a link at 15 seconds.
I'm getting a lot of those.
Yeah.
As soon as we ended the chat Saturday night, I had 2 of them, and rather than delete them, I report them, hoping that they get removed. And I think I lost 3 subs the next day. So
Yeah, I don't think doing that has anything to do with the 3 subs you lost personally.
yeah, I don't know if it does or not.
What I do when I get the check 15 seconds, hot girls, blah blah blah, I'll go mute. I'll mute the person, and then I'll delete the comment.
I've been
just
getting
started getting the bot comments again this week. Yeah, the bot comments the last couple weeks are just brutal.
Yeah.
I don't really get those too much, but I don't have like that. Like I said, not searchable content or like a lot of views or anything.
Cheetah thumbs ups other people's comments. I've seen that too. Like, I'll be going through my comments, hearting them or whatever, and then I'll see, oh, that comment has 3 thumbs ups. So that's pretty cool that other people are like participating in the chat, like the comment section. You know what I mean?
Well, guys, we are approaching the 2-hour mark. I'm cool to keep going if you all are, but if anyone needs to drop, feel free to.
I'm cool to go all night long.
I'll probably
Easy there, Lionel Richie.
Not too long.
But I am
Phil's
going
been
to take
drinking too much Diet Coke. He's all jacked up.
a quick. I have no Diet Coke. I need to go grab a Diet Coke, and I am going to take a quick.
Gotta get that sponsorship.
4 minute and 287-second break right now for a little thing.
Is that like consistent time? Is there like that consistent?
It's 7 minutes. I need exactly 7 minutes. Yeah,
precisely 7 in heaven.
So yeah, I'll be right back. You guys want Pennywise?
That might scare me.
It won't scare you.
How about some Sleepwalker?
No, Sleepwalker's too heavy for the laptop.
Okay.
Pennywise is next tonight.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
You gonna time it?
All right. I'll see you guys.
So, Sean, what do you have planned for your channel? Anything exciting coming up we should look out for?
Yeah, I have a celebrity interview coming up.
Oh, wow.
In March. Sandy Johnson from Halloween, the original. Judith Myers.
Judith Myers, yeah.
Did you already do the interview, or has it not happened yet?
No, it hasn't happened yet. In March. Planning on it.
That's cool. She was kind of like lost there for a while. I mean, like in obscurity, no one knew where she was or what happened to her.
Yeah.
Was it Dave McRae that had her on his show? I
he
forget.
did, yeah.
Yeah. It was talking to her and her agent. Yeah. So she's kind of making a name for herself again.
Yeah, it's cool. Should be acknowledged, you know.
Somebody was getting ready to do an interview with Eileen Dietz, I think. Or maybe I'm just confusing that with the people getting her autograph. I know Brad at Bronco Juggalo did an interview with the director from Never Hike Alone.
I saw that, yeah. That was really cool.
What's his name? Damien Leon?
Vincente?
Yeah. Vincent. Yeah,
I'm going to start those videos where I interview another YouTuber.
Oh, nice.
Do a few of them. I figured I'd start with the Coast to Coast crew and have a few basic questions for you, and then maybe some more targeted ones. But I'm actually going to start
like
with
a long form.
Do what?
Is this gonna with your interviews? Are they gonna be like a long form interview or kind of like a short thing? Like what's like Strange Monkey Reviews does that type of interview thing where it's like 3 or 4 questions.
Yeah, I was thinking half dozen questions, maybe 20 minutes. And if anything, I hope it gives some other channels some visibility.
Wacky World Lounge does a long form version of that called the Sophisticated Weirdo, like a podcast almost.
I watched the one where he interviewed you, I think.
Oh yeah, that was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
But you had like Horror Hands on there and Al from Kaiju Shorts / Them's Fighting Words.
Right.
Sean, weren't you in an interview? weren't you and Ben on the same interview, like a video?
Yeah,
kind
that
of-
was Strange
yeah.
Monkey.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, Horror Freaks.
Yeah.
I've
that
actually
was
discovered a lot of channels through that series. Like that's how I discovered Trivial Theater when she did it. Most of the people I know already because it's not a giant community, but I do find out about some people.
Okay, so
Dude,
anything
guys-
planned for your
That was-
channel? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
No.
I'm trying
I was
to.
gonna.
I got like a
I was gonna
request for a
start
movie,
off-
but I don't remember what it is.
I was going to start mine off with Q, the horror fan, was going to be my first interview. He hasn't made too many videos for a while, but he's the one who got me to start my channel. So I figured I'd start with him.
Who did you say it was, Cody?
Q, the horror fan, is his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard you talk about him.
Yeah. In fact, I got a box coming from him this Friday of some more stuff I bought off of him. He goes around and thrifts like John, and then sells it on eBay and Facebook, and he'll usually message me and give me first dibs. So
Is he still making videos, Cody? Because I don't think he's posted
He
anything
hasn't.
recently.
he hasn't made anything recently. I'm always trying to poke him to make some more videos. So
Well, Sean was one of the first channels I started watching on YouTube back in the day. And I guess, after sort of seeing the community and stuff made me, because I had a motorcycle channel already, but that sort of wanting to join the community is what got me to start the channel. And now I don't even go on that fucking motorcycle channel hardly ever. You know what I mean?
So I used to, just watch YouTube for, things like movie clips, TV show clips. We'd maybe watch a funny video. And then I got into watching 3 or 4 different woodworkers that I like their channels. But then I finally got into watching toy reviews, NECA reviews and unboxings and things like that. And that's when I decided to start my own after thinking about it for several years, and then got into meeting a lot of you.
I was telling Phil that that I used to watch his videos like from 2 years, 3 years back. I never imagined that we would be friends and I'd be talking to him on a regular basis. It's kind of weird. But Ben, I think your contest and maybe Tony Horror and Taj were one of the first 2 horror community that I entered. I mean, yours was I think your 500 subscribers maybe or 400 subscribers contest. And then Tony was just giving away some Blu-rays, and I entered his. And then I met Andrew Balina, and then from there it just kind of spiraled.
Yeah, Horror and Taj is back with a vengeance, man. He's picking up some stuff, man. It's funny because he was like on his way out, so I bought a bunch of stuff from his collection. He's like, I'm gonna sell off the entire collection, quit YouTube. And I bought a bunch of stuff, and then he's like, now he's starting to buy all these awesome releases and stuff again.
I was hoping to see a weight loss video from him maybe at some point, because he commented on one of my mukbang videos, and says he's lost 20 pounds.
He was, I follow him on Instagram, and he's been doing pretty good, but he said he kind of fucked up last weekend. But he's looking to get back on the train. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, but
I don't check Instagram enough. I feel I only go on Instagram every couple days, it seems like.
oh, I'm on there that's where I meet all my Mexican model friends.
Mexican models.
I will say I was a little bummed because I hadn't lost much over the last couple of weeks, just like pound and a half a week, which is good.
Yeah.
But today I was 4.5 pounds lighter than I was last Wednesday, so might be a good week.
I have a new trick on the Instagram girls that send you random messages. Just message them and say, So nice to meet someone real who's not asking me to send them a gift card or join Google Hangouts. And usually when you say that, then they don't even respond to you like, oh, he's on to my plans.
I knew somebody like that. Just trying to get something out of you.
Yeah.
I got a telemarketer call the other day. I kept him on the phone for a little while because I had nothing else going on.
That's always fun.
We got up to the point where he wanted my credit card number, and I said, "Are you ready?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, fucking you. That's the number."
That poor dude, though. I mean, he's gonna talk on the phone to somebody during his whole shift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you're the person that lost out on that one because he's gonna be doing the same shit no matter what. You were the person that was on the phone the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I was happy to waste his time, so I figured the 3 or 4 minutes I was on the phone with him, he wasn't scamming an old woman. So
that's a good way of looking at it.
Because it was one of those where they called to thank me for being a good Discover customer and wanted to offer me a lower rate. Don't even have a Discover card.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
So, yeah. Or I'll get the one about your car's extended warranty, and I'll lead them on and then tell them I drive like a 1973 Datsun.
Yeah.
And
So, Phil, while you were away, we were discussing plans for our channels. Do you got anything in the works for yours?
I have zero plans for my channels, but I got a lot of great content coming up because I got a lot of stuff coming to me in the mail that is just mind-blowing. So once a package comes, I will have new content, and I probably will do a live stream tomorrow for a couple hours. And finish off my foreign horror DVDs that I've been showing off.
I'm going crazy wanting everything I got on pre-order to just get here because I got such cool stuff coming.
I'm still waiting for my miner from Harry Warden. And
oh man, I'm jealous.
I got a great
I have that.
Deadly Spawn. the deadly Spawn set coming.
Yay, Dave.
Yay!
I love it.
Sean, I have a question for you. Do you have this?
Phil.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
I have that.
I have that.
I have that.
Nice.
Don't make me go get a big-ass Godzilla figure, guys.
Mine's on the shelf in the living room, and right now Lori is actually laying flat on her face because she fell over. I need to
face
open
down.
the door. I need to open the door and stand her back up.
She put it in the crawling position. Help me!
Poor Lori, always flat on her face.
Face down, ass up.
I think the thing I'm most waiting on is that got to be that Godzilla record collection.
I'm waiting for my Deadly Spawn figures, and that's going to be an epic video.
Those were neat looking. Didn't you say the one was like 9 inches tall?
9 inches tall, and then the little tadpole that's like half the size. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
So there's one Facebook page, I forget his name, Dark Designs maybe, or something like that.
Dark Designs, yeah.
And he just did a Maniac figure.
Nice.
The distinctive dummies that's on
maybe
Paul Bearer Press, limited to 100.
Yeah, that's distinctive. I knew it was DD.
They're $100 US each, which for me turns into about 180. And I have that. I already have that Maniac statue from Germany, so I think I'm good. I'm good for Maniac. I don't need that.
Yeah, it was too rich for me. So
yeah, if it's too rich for you, then it's doubly too rich for me.
A while back, he made Phantasm figures that were pretty good looking.
Yeah, I have friends who got the Phantasm.
Yeah.
Is he the same guy that made the The spheres.
That's Nightmares Unlimited, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Distinctive Dummies makes figures.
And then Faint of Heart makes some of the stuff that me and Phil's got.
Faint of Heart Creations, I love, and I'm really good friends with Josh, and I'm really, really, really glad that we're really good friends. That's all I'm going to say.
Because you
That's all
got
I'm
the
going to
inside
say
scoop,
about
right?
Faint of Heart Creations, but they're awesome.
That last set, he sent me all three. I got the Demons and the Demon Knight and the Babadook.
Yep.
Just
I
send them to me.
got the everything except the Babadook. The Demon Knight is awesome.
That's cool looking.
Did he make the stuff and the
stuff and the blob?
Yeah.
I saw that one.
The stuff and the blob.
I wish I'd have got his Jack Frost versus the Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Yeah.
They came out with a Hammer Dracula Miko figures.
Did they?
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what I found really interesting when I was watching those old Hammer Dracula movies, because I'd never heard him, but I knew that they had Christopher Lee as Dracula, and I just assumed he would have like dialogue. You know what I mean? But like he doesn't have that much dialogue in those movies. He's sort of like just a creature. You know what I mean?
Several of them, yeah. There's a couple of them that he does though.
He had like one line in the very first one, and the second one he didn't have any lines, and I haven't watched the third one yet. But I was surprised because I thought he was going to be more of a vocal character. I guess I don't know why.
He has some good dialogue in like Scars of Dracula. If you ever see that one.
Did you guys? I don't know if Mark shared it to the group or not. Did you guys see that NECA teased a new Ash figure?
No.
So this is the 40th anniversary of Evil Dead. And to my knowledge, I don't think they had done an Evil Dead 1 figure yet. Everything has been Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness and Ash versus Evil Dead.
I saw the Ash versus Evil Dead.
They tweeted a picture of a chainsaw, a lantern, a long barrel single shot shotgun like in the first movie, and the tape recorder. So I think we're going to get an Ultimate Part 1 Ash.
Nice.
I have a question for Sean. He's a big Christopher Lee fan. Do you like non-Hammer Christopher Lee films, like, say, The Howling 2, just because Christopher Lee's in it? You're a big Howling 2 fan because it has Christopher Lee and stuff like that? Because I know he was in a whole bunch of horror movies that aren't Hammer.
I'm not going to say they're all gold, you know. A few of them are
But you'll
bad.
watch them because Christopher Lee's in them?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I like the creeping flesh he did with Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Wasn't like
I like to see it in,
but because they're both in it.
Pop up. You know, I
like
like
Lord
it
of the
when
Rings.
he pops up not even as a main character. Like, you know, he was Willy Wonka's dad in the new Willy Wonka's movie.
Mm.
And you know, that was really cool. And then Count Dooku and you know some of the later stuff that he did.
I like them
And
as
then
Count.
I think there's the one with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing when they're on the train telling stories back and
Horror
forth.
Express, yeah.
I watched Star Wars Episode 4 before we got on here, about half of it. You know, and watching Peter Cushing on the Death Star is always good.
Oh, he's
I
amazing.
saw an interview with him that he actually wore like
Loafers?
flip flops or something, or what was it, Casey?
Yeah, he was wearing loafers because I couldn't get his boot size right or something.
Yes. So we requested from George Lucas to do a tight shot so they wouldn't see his feet.
Cool. Well, if he wants that, you give it to him.
You guys are talking about Picnic at Hanging Rock. That's the fantastic Criterion edition.
I have that.
Yes.
You have that, Ben?
Yep.
Have you read the book?
I haven't.
You should give it a read.
I watched the movie first. I don't know that I want to read the book. Look how fantastic this is.
Oh, that's
like
a
you had-
nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
This one's nice, yeah. It's 10% better than those Canadian ones that went out.
Wow. At least 15% better.
Hey guys, I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on. Good
Yeah.
seeing everybody.
Hey, Cody,
Cool hanging with you.
thanks for shipping my box.
Hey, Cody.
You're awesome.
Yeah, it's in Chicago, I think, last I looked.
Chicago's
So-
right across the border, so I'll get it probably
Yeah.
within the next 4 weeks or so.
Like I said, I could have drove up and threw it over the fence.
It's funny. I started thinking like, because you had said like it started out at this price and then it went down to 99 and then it went down to 30. I'm thinking, wait, I pretty much paid original price for this.
Yeah, so I tried to ship him that damn Night of the Living Dead set, and here's mine.
Yep.
The medium rate box for international shipping that would have been $30 was a 3/4 of an inch too narrow and 1.5 inches too short to fit this thing. And then the weight put me just over 4 pounds, which I opened it up and weighed mine to see if I could split it into separate orders for him. The comic book alone is 2 pounds.
Damn.
And you couldn't send a media package over 16 ounces. So
All I'm gonna say
size and weight both made
is
him
I'm gonna
$55.
cherish that thing, and I'm gonna have that on replay for 8 months to make me get my money's worth.
Well, I hope you got the autograph. with
I
your-
hope
like
I do
Mark
too
did.
for that price.
So, okay, well, let me know when you get it for sure.
I will for sure. I added it to my little tracker app thing, so I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting texts too when it hits. So, all right. Night, boys.
Good night.
See you.
Peace
Talk
out.
to you later, Cody.
And then there were 5.
Indeed. Is everyone in the sort of East Coast time zone right now? Except for me?
Yep.
It's 10:18 here.
It's 10:18.
Yeah, same here.
7:18 here.
Yeah, Sean's in Boston, Casey's in Virginia, Phil's up in the Great White North, and I'm in the Bluegrass, Kentucky.
I don't know. What would you call California?
Is it the Show Me State? No, that's... I don't know.
Definitely not.
It's Show
Not
Me
first
State.
to flight either. All right, now that Cody's gone, let's talk some major shit, guys.
So speaking of Criterion, I just picked up Just to Kill.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice. Can I see that one more time? Dress to Kill Criterion. Nice, Sean.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't have that. I mean, I have a few Criterion releases, but I don't have that many Criterion releases, to be honest with you.
I have some good ones.
Okay.
They have a lot of great ones.
I got The Brood, David Cronenberg.
Oh, nice. I have a few. I have Scanners. I have Hausu. I have, let's say The Quaidan is also a Criterion release. Of course, that Godzilla set. I mean, I guess I have a handful. Picnic at Hanging Rock. No,
They got The Night of the Living Dead.
What about Videodrome?
I do have Videodrome.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Woohoo!
I have so many.
that's a
fucking
cool one. I
friends.
also have the Arrow video release of that limited edition.
Sweet.
I had just the one Criterion, and that's the Silence of the Lambs.
That's one I'd like to get for sure. I was just talking to Resting Willpower about that because the only one I have is the old school DVD that I got like 20 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Paul says, fuck H&S and his food eating bids.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Top Chat going. Maybe that's why I didn't see that. Nice. Okay.
Patrick Cody, Ghost Pepper Cody.
I love that background of Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. In the cage, or the don't touch the glass.
Oh yeah.
For a second, I thought Have Cheetah Will View said, I am still at 4 Criterion titties.
Bro, damn.
It says titles.
It says tittles.
Tittles.
I would have been more impressed if you had those Criterion titties, dude.
Yeah, I have like 18
I
Criterion titties.
want to hear the commentary on the titties.
Yeah, exactly, man. I was gonna say you
I
spelled it
think I
wrong.
just have Houseu.
Oh, what did you think of that one?
Welcome back to my channel and my next titty review.
Exactly.
How about kaiju titties?
Casey, what did you think of Houseu?
I liked it. It's definitely unique.
It is
the first
unique.
half kind of drags, but you're not gonna get that the second half in any other movie. There's so much in it that's just unique to that new movie.
That was a Criterion that I had picked up quite a while ago, but didn't get around to watching until the last couple of months. Man, what a crazy movie!
Is it out of print now or still available?
I would say probably.
I've seen
still
it at
available.
Barnes and Noble.
Ooh,
Let me
Rosemary's
just
Baby.
hop on Amazon right now and see about this Houseu movie.
Does Criterion do limited runs, or are they just ongoing print?
I mean, things will go out of print at some point, like with everything, you know. But I don't think they do extra limited stuff, you know, like Arrow does with the limited editions and whatnot.
I can get it for $46.92 Canadian.
Well, that's like $5 US.
That's like American $35
Which one is that for?
That's about right.
For Rosemary's Baby.
for House.
Oh, House. That's a nice
I want
release.
I think that's the only Region 1 release, or A.
I have region free players, so it doesn't matter to me.
I need to get one.
Region free is the way to go because you can get a lot of cheaper stuff from the UK that's region 2.
I ordered a Saint Maud Blu-ray from the UK because it was released there already. But now everyone's already seen the movie, and I'm waiting for that goddamn Blu-ray to show up. So
Yeah, I
It's-
watched
it's-
it. And
It's
didn't
playing
do-
free on Epics.
It
if you have
didn't do
Epics.
too much for me.
but you love Midsommar.
I like Midsommar, yeah.
Did you like The Lighthouse, Phil?
I like The Lighthouse.
Okay.
I haven't
Paul?
seen it yet.
Paul and Creepy Calvin were both kind of lukewarm on Saint Maud as well.
There's a really interesting hand job scene in Saint Maud that I probably will rewatch at some point.
There's a great handjob scene in The Killing of a Sacred Deer with Nicole Kidman.
I've seen that, yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
Best handjob scene I've seen, I think.
I thought the scene after the hand job was a little better.
She's getting pretty risque in her older age.
Did you like Killing of a Sacred Deer, Sean?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's a weird one, but I liked it.
It's a strange little movie, but I like it.
I just watched another one with her and Colin Farrell, and he was like
yeah.
during the Civil War, and he gets injured, and they take him in. It's like this house full of women.
Cold Mountain?
No, it's kind of like that though.
Wasn't she in that one though? Where they take in wounded soldiers?
Yes. Yeah, Jude Law.
Okay.
It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Eyes Wide
But
Shut?
it's got a twist on it though.
There was a movie that I saw recently. I didn't watch, or the trailer for it, anyways. That has Colin Farrell, and they've got a son that may be schizophrenic or something like that, and he's getting treatment for, I guess, wanting to shoot his classmates and stuff like that. I don't.
Yeah,
Sean, is it the Beguiled?
I think yes, that's right.
2017, The Beguiled, Nicole Kidman, Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
During a civil war, John McBurney, a soldier from the rival clan, seeks refuge in an all-girls boarding school.
I've seen that. Yeah, that does take kind of a dark turn.
I think I saw that on Cinemax back in the 90s. Wait, are we talking about the same one?
That was Beguiled.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, we need a phone booth too desperately, Paul. I agree with that.
I never saw the first one.
You've never seen Phone Booth?
No. Was it awesome?
Well, Paul says we need a part 2.
Well, yeah. That seems like a random ass thing to say. I could be wrong. What brought about the phone booth too?
I have the Rosemary's Baby criterion. Who said that, Ben?
Yeah.
No, Calvin said it, and I said I wanted that one. I saw it at the there's like a used bookstore just over the just like a block or two away, and I saw it there, and but it was more expensive than you could get it on Amazon for, like a used one. So I was like,
That's a good criterion, the Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I love that movie, and I only have the old school ass DVD of it too.
That's all I have.
Do you guys like The Sentinel?
I don't think I've seen The Sentinel.
You
I haven't
should.
seen. I've heard about it.
If you love Rosemary's Baby, you'll love The Sentinel, even though it's totally different. It's like different but the same.
Is that with Sam Neill?
No.
No, that's
Oh,
Possession.
I'm thinking of the Possession. Yeah.
Possession I have 2 very nice editions of now.
I have one nice edition only.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it. I watched it the other day. It was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I liked it, but it's a weird one, for sure.
Hey,
It's a movie.
Sex with octopus monsters. That's pretty.
I
Fun.
mean, that was the standard part about it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there was a sex with an octopus monster / dog. Well, yeah, but it was weird. It's sort of like we were just talking about Killing of a Sacred Deer, and you know how in that all the acting is like real stylized, like they say shit. The acting's very flat and like sort of matter of fact. And that's sort of how Possession was too. I think I might have commented on your video, Phil, about Possession, because I think you said it had questionable acting, but I sort of felt like it was just stylized like that in a weird way.
I like the acting in it. It's just a few scenes at the very beginning where Sam Neill's on the phone is questionable for me. So there's just like a few lines of dialogue with Sam Neill's character where he's on the phone, and she hangs up on him and he's like, fuck you, and hangs up the phone, and then he picks it up and, I'm sorry, I'm still here, blah, blah, blah. A little bit iffy acting in that one scene.
I thought that in the very beginning scene, or it was like the very beginning of the movie, there's a scene where they're sitting in bed, laying in bed talking to each other, and that just sort of set the scene for weird-ass dialogue and acting choices for the rest of the movie for me.
That's it.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is going to be that type of thing. That's a weird-ass movie.
But I love it.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Have you seen Doppelganger with Drew Barrymore?
No, I've seen Us, though.
I've seen The Dark Half.
Rick
Not
back
really.
in the house.
That wasn't bad. That's Dark Half. Was that George Romero?
Yeah, Stephen King
based
one.
on a Stephen King movie. Yeah.
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 Timothy Hudson, or what was his name?
Hutton?
The actor.
Was it?
Yeah, Hutton. Yeah, Hutton.
Yeah. That wasn't bad.
So Ben Grimm says that Doppelganger was awesome. It was a bloodbath.
Or did he mention the movie Bloodbath?
or maybe that's what it was.
Did you see that show she did where she's a zombie or whatever?
Oh yeah, Santa Clarita Diet.
That was a good show. I like
I
that.
thought
Oh
that
yeah.
I don't know if I showed you guys this, but when I was in Southern California last time, I saw like one of those benches, like you'd sit waiting at a bus stop, and it had, they have weird ads on them. Sometimes there'll be like a realty ad.
Mhm.
They had a realty ad of Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant from that was like sort of viral
for the
marketing.
real estate.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, like a crossover ad.
Yeah, I'll let me see if I can find that picture real quick. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's talking about the bloodbath scene in Doppelganger. Rick had to go get them papers. Get them papers.
Gotcha,
Zigzag.
Oh, those papers?
I'm pretty sure those are the papers that Rick's talking about.
I mean, he could have been talking about like that Skrilla.
The Skrilla. Yeah, Interwebkaiju. Check out Doppelganger.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Some questionable.
So, have you seen
some questionable acting from Drew Barrymore in that one as well?
I heard it was from her dark lipstick
I'll
days.
forgive
though.
her.
Dark
Lipstick
lipstick days.
Like the Poison Ivy days.
From the Poison Ivy days. LOL, Phil knows, says us only. Hit the nail on the head.
Okay, so you got a question for Phil?
I'm down.
Yeah, Phil, have you seen Quiden? Ben was talking about it the other day.
I don't think I've ever seen Quiden.
That's a cool one.
I'll put it on my list.
That's there's a Criterion release of it, and it's it's like a 70s art house Japanese ghost story anthology movie. I mean, doesn't that sound awesome?
That's pretty cool. I'm in.
And it was cool. It has the Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. One of those segments borrows pretty heavily from it.
Yeah. Ben knows about Doppelganger with the crazy body horror ending to Cronenberg level. Yeah, it's like Drew Barrymore, and then she changes into a monster, and then splits into another monster, and the two monsters are on the sofa, and it's pretty.
Man, I gotta see that.
Sounds great.
You gotta see Doppelganger.
Speaking of doppelgangers and Cronenberg, have you guys seen Dead Ringers?
Yep, I have that on Blu-ray.
I've seen Dead Ringers, but I haven't seen Doppelganger. Is that from the 90s, Phil?
Doppelganger is, I believe, from the 90s. I still wish I had the DVD of that, but it got lost.
I think I may have seen that. Like early 90s, I think.
1993, a writer with a room for rent acquires a strange new roommate with a psychotic alter ego that follows her wherever she goes. A woman moves from New York City to LA after a murder in which she is implicated. She is followed by what is apparently her evil alter ego. She moves into a room for rent by a writer, and he begins having an affair with her. But after some strange things happen, he's not so sure if the affair is with her or her doppelganger.
Whoa. I remember seeing that in the video stores. Am I the only person who never found Drew Barrymore attractive?
Doppelganger just hit Prime.
I thought she was cute in E.T.
She was adorable.
So I guess Doppelganger's on Prime if you want to check it out there, or if you have Cinema HD, you can pretty much watch anything.
I don't, but I have Prime.
Well,
or Doppelganger streaming.
There you go. Sean, you got a Fire Stick?
No, I have the Roku.
Yeah, Roku. You can get Cinema HD for Roku. You can watch anything.
I have a Roku also. I just couldn't figure out how to install it.
I'll send you guys a link.
She was cute. She's been cute. I feel like people always considered her sort of like a sexy sex symbol, And I never really thought. I mean, of all the sexy sex symbols, she was not the one for me, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you had to put her up against Cameron Diaz in Charlie's Angels, I think Cameron Diaz was hotter than Drew Barrymore.
She didn't usually have the sex pot look or more of the.
Yeah.
Except when she was the rebellious teenager there in the 90s. Or whatever.
I agree with Ben. When she flashed her boobs at Letterman, that's when she was hot.
That was the brief moment she was hot, is when her tits were hanging out, even though you couldn't see them. Alicia Silverstone, I thought she was hotter than Drew Barrymore back in the day.
She was in. Was she in the Lodge as the mother in the beginning of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't recognize her when I first.
I didn't either.
That was a pretty messed up scene.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean's in the house. What's up, dude?
Hey, Sean.
Hey,
I think Cameron Diaz is pretty much retired from acting. She hasn't done anything
she hasn't
for a very
done
long
anything.
time.
I thought she did something in the last couple of years, though.
The last things I watched her in was like The Box and Bad Teacher.
Oh, The Box. I didn't like that movie. Did you like it?
I didn't either.
Phil liked it. I saw that he
Out of all the
recommended
monkey
it.
paw things, that's on the bottom of the list.
I liked The Box because it was actually a Twilight Zone episode called Button Button
Yeah.
that I really liked, based on the same source material, and I grew up watching Twilight Zone, and I liked the episode Button Button a lot. So then when they came out with The Box and I knew it was based on the same source material, then I really liked it.
I kind of like the sci-fi twist there.
Sean, I
haven't
sent
seen
you 2 screenshots. If you have any questions, let me know.
I haven't seen The Box, but I was watching Hey Is Not Devon Graham's video he did the other day where he was going through all the videos that he hasn't watched.
Yeah.
And he said that you had recommended The Box to him.
I did?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Woo.
That's the one that had Cameron Diaz and the guy that played in the X-Men movies. I can't think of his.
Yeah, he was in Sonic.
Wasn't he the
And,
vampire in
Langella.
Dracula?
That one movie where they like robotize all the high school kids.
He was in
Faculty?
Westworld. He was in Westworld. as
No,
the
not Faculty. That's like
cowboy.
monsters.
Yeah, it's like
Kind of like the
That is
Stepford
Monsters.
Wives.
Disturbing behavior.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah.
well, they weren't robots, were they? In Disturbing Behavior?
They were. I thought they were putting like some type of robotics in their eyeballs.
I thought they were. I thought they.
You're right on that.
I just thought they were being programmed, like brainwashed.
And he was also in the Straw Dogs remake, I think, right? As the main character.
I love both those Straw Dogs movies. Like, they're fantastic. I love both of them.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the remake on that one.
I liked it.
I like the remake, and I like
So-
the original with what's his name,
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin.
So Ben Graham mentions Frailty. That was a great movie.
Love Frailty.
If we're
That's
talking about the
good.
same
Yeah.
one, the one with
was
McConaughey.
really
I think he was
Yeah.
talking about the sex comedy. No, I'm just kidding. The 80s sex comedy Frailty. Yeah, Matt, is it Matt McConaughey in that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Pullman. Or
Bill
not Bill Pullman.
Bill Paxton.
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 Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
Kind of gets overlooked a lot, but I really enjoyed it.
I feel like I heard a lot about Frailty last year for some reason. Like,
Because Bill Paxton died a
but then did he die last year? I thought he died before earlier.
couple of years ago.
It's
I think I like when during Father's Day, I heard a lot of people talking about Frailty was the one they were going to watch, and there was a lot of love for that movie going around.
You know, funny enough, I've never seen the movie Near Dark with Bill
Really?
Paxton.
Ooh, it's a good
Yeah.
one. Ooh, gotta see it.
Yeah.
He's awesome in that.
Was that one of his first? Well, I guess one of his first roles was probably Alien.
No, he was around quite a while before that. I think the first one I saw was I can't remember the name. It was kind of a mortuary, was it?
First Bill Paxton movie?
Yeah.
I think mine was probably Weird Science.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's probably mine too. That's Chet.
Toad Chet. Have you guys all seen the Toad Chet figure?
Yeah.
Take care, Jim.
See Jim.
Or John.
Have a good night, dude.
True Lies with Bill Paxton. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He plays
Now-
such a sleazeball in that.
I have never seen True Lies. Are you impressed?
Wow.
That's a good one. Get that infamous Jamie Lee Curtis scene.
I've seen the infamous
Striptease.
Jamie Lee Curtis scene. That's a good scene.
It's one of the better Schwarzenegger 90s.
I like when the terrorist is on the missile and he's like, "You're fired."
Nice.
Presses the launch button.
T2 was the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Was that the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
92, I think.
I mean, that's
I
probably...
remember the video from Guns N' Roses. You Can Be Mine was like all over MTV.
Yeah, I remember that.
Classic.
There used to be an arcade with the T2 pinball machine, and it would play the "You Will Be Mine" song the whole time you're playing pinball. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Tia Carrera, I haven't seen her in anything in a while.
Have you guys, speaking of Tia Carrera, have you seen the commercial with Wayne's World?
Yeah.
Man, those guys haven't aged very well.
I mean, they're old,
It was
though.
funny, though.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird seeing them that old.
I mean, Dana Carvey's got to be in his 70s, right?
No.
No.
Are you sure? I thought he was like...
60s, I would say.
Let's see. I'm curious. Maybe not 70s.
Sometimes you trip me all the time. Like, really?
I'm in the weirdest time warp ever.
Dana Carvey
he's
is
65 years old.
65. Wow.
Well,
mean,
close to retirement.
That's virtually in your 70s.
Will you get senior discount at the drugstore now?
That's old enough to be in the APR or whatever they are. Well, I guess that's not what it is. That's like the annual percentage rate. I don't think that he's young enough for that. What's the ARP?
I didn't
So
realize there was an
rocking-
8-year. There's an 8-year difference between Mike Myers and Dana Carvey.
Well, I knew that. That's why I thought he was old.
Because
I figured Mike Myers was in his 60s.
he's a 57.
Wow,
Talk about a guy that retired.
He's from Scarborough.
It's my birthday next Friday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The big 23?
23 again, yep.
Nice.
I imagine a big haul come up.
And I get to work a 12-hour shift on my birthday. Woo!
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I feel like birthdays for me these days, now that I'm like 1,000 or whatever, that they just are pretty uneventful. Like, I don't really ever celebrate them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm turning 48.
The big 4-8. Those were the good old days, man.
I'm catching up.
You're catching up, yeah?
45.
Dude, yeah, Ben Grimm saying Halle Berry is almost 60. She's still smoking hot. Salma Hayek is still smoking hot. And she's like in her
She
50s.
absolutely is.
Yeah, that's impressive. And
know
I think
who is? You know who else
really
is?
smoking hot for her age is Selena Gomez. For her age, she is smoking hot.
About Elizabeth Berkley. She still looks pretty damn good.
Elizabeth Hurley does too.
Wait, I haven't seen either of those guys since the 90s. Elizabeth Berkley, what was she in last?
I meant Hurley. I'm sorry.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Saved
Okay.
by the Bell.
Not the Saved by the Bell chick.
Showgirls.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
The Showgirls chick.
Ben Graham says he thinks that Linda Blair still looks hot.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
I think last time I saw her was in a special feature, and she still looked hot, but she looked like if she did this to her face and peeled off like a shit ton of makeup, she might look like she was like not as hot.
What about Meg Foster? I'm kidding.
Meg Foster looks.
She still has some pretty eyes.
She aged not good.
What does she look like these days? Let's see.
Meg,
Just
type in
watch a Rob
Google
Zombie
Meg
movie.
Foster now.
You know who aged the worst is Kathleen Turner. Like, yikes.
Oh yeah.
Scary. Got like a man's voice and a.
I only
goes my
think Linda
chance of
Blair
getting an
looks
interview
hot
with her.
when she's in the Exorcist makeup.
Hell Night, baby.
Or Hell Night makeup, yep.
Meg Foster, actually, now that I see her, I think she would make a nice Freddy Krueger.
And there you go, Ben bringing it back full circle.
Stefani's still hot. What's up, Jose?
Hey.
Well, Cinema of the Dead. Big shout out to Jose, Gwen, Stefani.
Yeah, man.
Still hot.
Oh,
yes, Meg
Jennifer
Foster is
Connelly.
nude. Meg Foster is nude in Lords of Salem. That is correct.
Jennifer Connelly still looks hot,
Jennifer
man.
Connelly.
Kate Beckinsale's hot.
Kate Beckinsale.
That accent.
Indeed.
I know. The accent's like icing on the cake for me. She's only 47 though. She's just like 3 years older than me.
Like, that old bitch is hot.
I have never seen a single Underworld movie.
Oh, really?
Ooh, I saw a single one.
I mean,
the first one.
Tried to.
I think they suck, man. That
I've only
franchise
seen
gets
the
a lot of
last
love.
one.
We'll say it again.
I think I've only seen the last one, and that's just because people wanted to go see it. And I was like, yeah, I'll go with you guys.
I was pretty disappointed. It seems like
There's a lot of bad CGI in the Underworld movies.
Yeah.
You could argue the same thing about Blade, though. I mean, there's a lot of bad CGI in those, too.
At the time, it seemed good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, speaking of at the time, I went back and watched the Peter Jackson King Kong, and the CGI has not held up very well at all.
Really?
Yeah. Ben, did you tell me that you had a friend or knew someone that like did the water effects in that movie?
yeah. And the Peter Jackson's King Kong, my friend Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, I mentioned something about King Kong, Peter Jackson remake. He's like, oh yeah, what'd you think of the CG in the water? And I was like, it didn't really hold up. And he's like, oh, I kind of did all that. And I was like, no, I meant to say it was amazing.
Awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Bedazzled 2000. Paul's bringing up that is for some reason a very, very hard to get DVD. It's like out of print and goes for crazy money.
Bedazzled.
Brendan Fraser.
Brandon Fraser, Bedazzled. Let me just check Amazon for Bedazzled.
that was Elizabeth Hurley, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember her from the Austin Powers movies. Or movie, I guess.
Alright, maybe I'm wrong.
Guys, I can go maybe another 9 or 10 minutes, and then I gotta...
I can go another 7.45
Yeah.
minutes.
I was going to say, I can do at least 6.34 minutes.
Might as well make it 3.
It's 10:51. We could go right to 11.
I guess that would make it 9 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I have to work in the morning. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm
I
off
gotta drive
tomorrow.
my daughter to work in the morning because it's supposed to be bad.
Paul just cracked open a Monster can. He's good to keep typing.
Isn't it like almost 5 in the morning there, Paul?
Yeah, it's like 6. He's 6 hours ahead, so 11 to 12 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Yeah.
You just started
Paul's
out.
on every single stream I check out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paul, 8 hours from now, when I go live at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I expect you to be back here.
Typing and still typing.
Just finished another can of Monster, Phil.
Yeah, dude, my schedule is all sorts of fucked up. I keep trying to rein it back in, and it just isn't helping.
Yeah, quarantine hasn't really, or working from home hasn't really done my schedule any good.
Yeah, you're
did that for a while.
usually. What did you say, Sean?
I did that for a while, work from home.
Did you hate it?
Yeah. Not a fan.
My working from home is mostly me playing guitar and singing, but sometimes there's a horror movie involved.
Paul usually sleeps an hour a day from 5 to 6 in the morning.
Oh, that's the most important hour of the day, they say. That's what they call that's the breakfast of hours.
Oh no, he goes to sleep at like 5 or 6 and wakes up around 1 or 2.
That's about me. I go to bed between 6 and 7 and wake up at like 12.
That's my
So,
weekend, like on
10
Saturday.
to 11 to 12 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So I'll be live tomorrow at your 4 o'clock, Paul. Which is my 10.
I have to go into work tomorrow too. Actually, I got a bunch of shit to make. But
Phil's the only one I see. Phil's the only one I see do streams like at 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
I know I got a good thing going.
the only time I ever get to see,
Go ahead.
the only time I ever get to see Phil stream is if I'm still awake when he starts, which has happened once.
It's funny though. I do those morning streams and I get like 25 people watching, and I'm like, who are all these people not working during the week?
All right.
Welcome to COVID times, dude.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest reasons that I do the 2 hours in the morning stream is because I know all the channels that I watch do the nighttime streams and I want to watch them.
Yeah.
So I'm watching people streaming during the evening, so I can't obviously stream while I'm watching other people stream. So I get my stream out of the way early in the day and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm never awake really when you start streaming, unfortunately.
Paul's requesting that I do my stream tomorrow morning a little bit later because it's grocery day tomorrow, and he'll be going to get groceries around 10 a.m. my time.
You gotta work around his schedule.
Yeah, maybe I'll go on around 11 or 12. How's that, Paul? Is that better for you?
Oh, man, yeah.
So Ben Grimm says he's getting off work when Phil usually starts his stream.
There you go.
Ben, are
Ben,
you
Ben?
stateside, or are you just working third shift, or? Does anybody know? Is Ben stateside?
I'm pretty sure he's stateside, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know his work schedule.
Oh,
He's usually watching from the gym.
Ben Grimm's on like all the streams I ever go to as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always around.
Ben Grimm's everywhere.
He is.
He's
He works the
graveyard shift.
graveyard shift.
I've been like not this week. My job is either super chill or it's totally not. I work like 16-hour days. That was last week. This week I've been trying to recover from it.
So I shouldn't feel too bad. I shouldn't feel too bad about my 12-hour shifts.
No, those are like baby days for me. But yeah, those long days are fucking hard, man.
I made $152 cash tips in my pocket today, though, so that's nice.
Nice. I don't get tips.
Tips.
Did a lot of doubles last week.
That's 16-hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fucking rough, man.
Do you get
Especially be doing back to back, like.
Do you get overtime for those, Sean?
No, not really. No.
I mean, either. Yeah. I'm a salaried employee, so I don't get overtime. But
Yeah, same here.
Because I do 2 different jobs. Just
oh, that's the worst,
day
man.
and on the night.
I've done that too. That's even worse because you have like 2 different situations. I had 3 jobs at one point back in the 90s, and I was just like worn the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
I've done 2 jobs, but I've never done 3. I can't imagine.
In college, I did. That was crazy.
Yeah, two jobs is rough enough. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't complain. At least my 16-hour days are just all at the same fucking spot. But it's fucking almost 50 miles away from where I live, so there's that.
So you're working 16 hours and have to like drive an hour and a half home.
Damn.
Well, it's not that long because I got the motorcycle. And actually, the roads are like a goddamn. It's like apocalyptic wasteland out there these days. So, yeah, usually it takes a little over half hour.
Where you are, Ben, can you ride your bike like all year round, or is there like snow?
No snow.
No
I
snow?
do ride it all year round. Yeah,
Can you ride it if it's raining?
I can. It sucks in the rain. And I actually haven't because I have like a visibility issue right currently. It's gotten a little better.
Oh
but,
yeah, how's that going?
It's a little better. It's not as dark as it was, but it's still distorted. It's going away.
All right, guys. Well, it's almost 11. So, Sean, when can we expect to see your interview with? I forget what you said you were doing.
Sandy Johnson.
Sandy Johnson. Yeah, Judith. I was thinking Judith.
In early March.
Okay.
Sometime.
Cool. Looking forward to that. Phil, looking forward to your stream tomorrow at 12.
Or 10 or 11 or whenever I go live. Who knows what my day tomorrow will bring. I'll just be hanging out in the Horror Man Cave by myself, and who knows what'll happen.
Casey, thanks for hanging out, man. It was good meeting you. And
You're
Ben,
welcome.
well, I guess you and I will be on the stream Saturday.
Yep.
And Phil, maybe, after the fights.
I will be on the stream Saturday. The fights are on. It is just a fight night, and I expect it to be over a little bit early this week. So expect me in at least by midnight-ish, maybe. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
So the usual.
the usual.
The usual.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. It's been fun hanging out with you all as well. And I'll try to do this again next month. Trying to keep it limited, maybe once a month. So, Sean, Casey, thanks for hanging out. Phil,
Thank you.
Ben, it's good seeing you.
I
Indeed.
love all you guys. I'll show off the wall real quick. I love the wall. Oh, yeah. Look at all that good stuff.
Nice.
Bye, guys. We'll talk again
Peace out,
soon.
y'all.
Peace
I love
out,
you
guys.
all. Peace out. Keep it real.
Great
Keep
night.
it horror.
Keep it.